Executive Chef Patrick Trahan and his team craft every dish with care, and the curated wine list ensures the perfect pairing. Celebrate life, one bite at a time. Book now at rafinosrestaurant.com. Rafinos, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Ben McDonald with First South Farm Credit. When you're buying or refinancing land, it's important to go with a lender who has experience in financing rural land. That's why I went with First South when I bought my property. And with flexible terms up to 30 years and competitive rates, they can build a loan package that's right for you. Visit them online at firstsouthland.com or stop by one of their branches. Have a cup of coffee and find out why First South is your first call for financing land. firstsouthland.com.
At Custom Colors Body and Paint, we're excited to have Will Rapp and Ian McKnight on our team. They're continuing the tradition of exceptional service that Billy Rapp and Pete McKnight began back in 1987.
Custom Colors, located on Industrialplex off Seagan.
Talk about stepping up! Bang! Bang!
It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Wesley Construction is second generation, family owned and hands-on. We stay involved because our name is on every project. We build with pride, with people we trust, and for clients who value results and relationships. Visit wesleyyusa.com or follow us on LinkedIn.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Tuesday, January 27th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 48. In hour one of today's show, we'll talk about the news surrounding LSU offensive coordinator Charlie Weis Jr., and we'll continue day two of Senior Bowl coverage out in Mobile. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench. Live from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, brought to you by First American Bank and Trust, starts now.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester,
Yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone.
Live from the Raising Cane studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo, and welcome in to OTB here live from Mobile, Alabama, as we are here for the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl. Our trip brought to you by First American Bank and Trust. Here on location in Mobile, Jake Flynn and Alondra, Jordan and Tay back in the Raising Cane's studio. And I know, even though we're not there, I know it is freezing cold in Baton Rouge. I believe it's 21 degrees on your commute to school and work today. Don't worry. It's 24 degrees here in Mobile, Alabama. So we are in the pain, in the elements with you, and we're really going to be in the elements later on today when we go to practice. But at least we're cozy inside here today.
There you go.
You didn't want to turn off.
Yeah, I know. Well, hey, I'm fine with it if you want. We're still waking up a little bit. Yeah, we are. We're here. Mobile is very cold. It's not as windy as it was yesterday. Yesterday, coming off the bay here, because this hotel or the convention center that we're at is right on the bay. A lot of ships being built around here, and
Carnival cruises going by.
It was real windy. I don't care how tough you are, what part of the country you're from. That wind will get you. And
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yes, for sure. It was hitting us right in the face. There was a player. There's two players I saw in shorts yesterday, and they were both from Iowa. They were Hawkeyes.
Jennings Dunker.
Yeah, and he looks like a Jennings Dunker.
If you get a chance, watch him in practice. I'll be eyes on him. He's probably the most impressive, physically impressive guy I saw yesterday.
Imagine like a refrigerator with a red mullet.
Yeah, beautiful red mullet, too.
Beautiful red mullet. It's like an Auburn mullet.
Oh, it's great. Had shorts on.
Yeah.
Not even good shorts either.
Yeah. I don't even know how good of a player he really is.
He's great.
But draft him.
He's great.
I mean, he looks the part. So.
Yeah, but we're here. And look, this morning, I know listeners, y'all probably were worried about it since yesterday. We got coffee. Coffee before the show started. I even got 2 coffees, so... Yeah, we're good to go. Yesterday was a little bit of a train wreck when it came to coffee, but we're here.
Yeah, we both got distracted multiple times from thinking coffee was being set out. They didn't have it. They have it this morning, but I brought coffee just in case.
Thank you.
You have hotel coffee.
Yep.
It looks like just in case.
Yep.
So we're okay. We're going to be fully caffeinated and ready to go for the next 3 hours.
We're right here. We are on Radio Row at the Mobile Convention Center. Right next to the entrance, we just saw all the players filing in. They're headed behind the black curtain here, headed to meetings. And, we talked to some of the coaches yesterday. They have, I think, a combined of 9 hours of meeting time this week, which you're like, oh, that's a lot of meeting time. That is not a lot of meeting time at all. You think about
I'm trying to think like in a normal week, 20 minimum.
Well, you think about, let's just say it's the meetings start today. They probably started yesterday. Let's just say Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's a little over 2 hours a day. That is not a lot of meetings, especially when you're trying to learn a new offense. So it truly is about the physical skill set of all these players, the one-on-one battles, what happens in practice. When you get 9 hours of practice or 9 hours of meetings and I think 8 hours on the field, 7 or 8 hours on the field throughout a week, it truly is about the practices. The game is fun. It doesn't really matter as far as an evaluation standpoint. Yeah. They are going to get their evaluation will start today.
Yes.
When practices start because, if you can't learn the offense or you might mess up, you go in, so you should have gone out, you zigged when you should have zagged. Yeah. Quarterback misses a read or couldn't remember what the protection adjustment call was, whatever.
Yeah.
But these quarterbacks, these receivers, these linemen, these DBs, their evaluation starts today. And we are fired up. There will be 2 practices this afternoon. Of course, hopefully it'll warm up a little bit. Yesterday would have been a quarterback's nightmare with cold weathers, but the wind is cutting through.
Yeah, you were talking about that yesterday. So for our listeners, because I think it was a mistake, but y'all never let me throw a halfback pass in a game.
Sure.
So I'm going to throw it to you. You said yesterday as we were walking back from lunch, you said this is a quarterback's worst nightmare. Why is that?
Well, just wind in general, right? You have to throw the ball a little bit different. You have to grip the ball a little bit different. Your pre-pass position has to be a little different because you want that nose to be pointed down a little bit when you're throwing in the wind so it can cut through. Normally, if you're a right-handed passer, if you throw a perfect spiral, it's going to be nose up and pointed to the right a little bit. I remember as a kid when I was training the right mechanics, I used to throw at a basketball goal. So you have the orange square.
Right.
So the goal was, as a right-handed quarterback, if you hit the top right corner of the orange square, it'll go in every time with a good spiral because it's and that creates a nose-up pass, creates a really soft pass to catch. Yeah. Nose-down passes, if you see these nose-down quarterbacks, it's harder passes to catch. And most of the times with a nose-down quarterback, your completion percentage will be lower.
Yeah, the ball's always kind of going away from you, it feels like, as a receiver.
Yeah, and you got to think, if you have to, drop your hands to catch the nose down, if you're catching it up, it's just a softer pass to catch. Well, in the wind, you have to cut a little bit more through the wind, so you have to try to get that nose down a little bit, which makes it a harder pass to throw. And it's hard to cut through the wind. It's hard to do that, and it's harder to pass the catch as well. But then, like with the cold air as well, it dries out your hands. So you're constantly like licking your fingers. You know, we used to see Drew Brees like in the dome doing it, but you have to do it. Hand warmers are essential because they create this little oven. Yeah. If you do it right with the hand warmers, you got to keep your hand warmers. It creates a little sweat. Right in your hands. Little tack. You have to do that. And it's really, of course, to keep your hands warm, but really to keep them wet a little bit. Like, you know what I mean?
Moist.
Like, yeah, I didn't want to say moist. I didn't want to say moist. I was like,
it's okay,
it's too early.
It's okay. That's what you wanted to say.
Yep. Yeah, that keeps it moist.
That didn't feel like a lot. I mean, I feel just 7 things to try to keep your hand in the right state of mind.
I know, but it's so the cold and the wind makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
But
and
the wind is dead. Yeah, the trees.
I wouldn't say it. I mean, I'm looking. I don't know if you can see that shadow there, sir, on that building right there. That flag is whipping pretty good.
Well, know, we're on the bay. Stadium's not near the bay. But I'm looking at the tips of these trees. We're good.
Yeah, and the whole reason we're obviously rooting for our guy Garrett Nusmeier, so that's why we're paying attention to that.
I don't know if we're going to get him on the show today or what day of the week we'll get him on. We'll certainly have Garrett Nusmeier on the show this week. We ran into him yesterday leaving the convention center. He seemed like he was in good spirits, ready to roll.
He's probably, and Drew Fabianich, the executive director of the Panini Senior Bowl, is going to join us at 7:30. That's at least the plan right now. And I'll ask him this question because, like, the buzz around this game, even before we got here, but certainly since we've been here, is no player has more to gain than Garrett Nusmeier with a good week here in Mobile. Mm-hmm. The quarterback class is not very deep. He is somebody that certainly has the talent to be, I don't know where the range is, maybe top 90 pick. He certainly, before the year, we were talking about him as a potential top.
Yeah, before the year, it's like, all right, if he has a bad year, second, third round, good year, we're looking at the number one guy, right?
Yes. So, like, that's there. And so teams still remember that. They talk about it. They're like, yeah, okay, the tape, but, like, we have to take in the totality of everything. Offensive coordinator got fired. Head coach got fired. Like, the offense was not clicking when the backup came in.
Yep.
All right.
Playing with an injury.
Playing through an injury that everybody knew about and knows how hard it is to throw the ball. So, and those aren't excuses. Those are just, I'm telling you, that's how scouts have told me they are evaluating Garrett Nusmeier. And then we go back to the junior tape. There's a lot of good in there. Right. And the scout that I was talking to said every team's going to think they can get that good out.
Yeah.
Just like, look, I mean, every head coach, like when there's a first-round pick that doesn't work out somewhere, that coach is like, oh, if I had him, like, he'd be a Pro Bowler. Like, I can get that. Well, not that means anything anymore, but I can get that guy to the best of his ability.
Yeah.
There's going to be coaches that think, oh, I can get junior year Nusmeier because he was in a bad system, right? He's going to be healthy. I can get that out of him, and they're going to take him if he has a good week here in Mobile.
Well, most coaches in the NFL are former players, and if there's anything you know about former players, they're pretty cocky. So they think
I would say we all have an ego, but you have to have one.
Yeah, you have to have
to be a professional football player.
Yeah, and if there's any question, because everything was pretty mum about that Garrett Nusmeier injury. It's like, what exactly was it? What, like, I remember in training camp, the knee got hit or rolled up on. He's got a knee brace on. My God, season's over. Maybe. A little foreshadowing there. I don't know.
Reporting on that one.
And then the oblique situation,
and that's the one.
What is that? Like, there was never really details or specifics, at least that I heard, that were what is it? How do you fix it? What is it really affecting? Well, we saw it. We saw what it affected. It affected his mechanics. It affected the amount of torque that he could put on the pass and step forward, because you take the same passes he threw this year, comparing to the same passes he threw last year, it just looked different. He didn't get the torque on it. He tried. He just could not create that force and get his weight going forward. Too many falling weight going backwards throws. And then it just, when something goes right as a quarterback or anything, you start pressing. You stop trying to make plays and you start trying to not make mistakes. And that's what he did. And then that's when you make more mistakes. You start seeing those Sam Darnold ghost that he saw a couple years. You start not being able to move in the pocket. You start looking down at the rush, and it snowballs. And it snowballed on Garrett Nusmeier this year. And it snowballed on everybody for the LSU offense. So, absolutely. Does he have the most to prove? In our eyes, certainly.
Yeah.
He's got the most to gain from this week, so I can't wait to watch it.
It's not just us. Like I do want our listeners to know that. Like this isn't just LSU Homer show.
Yeah, we just had a Florida guy
LSU Homers.
Say that.
Andy Staples.
Yeah.
Shout out to Andy. Works on 3. Does a great job. He said the same thing. And scouts that I've talked to have said the same thing. Like, and it doesn't matter which team. Like Drew Fabianich, I'm sure will say pretty much the same thing. The guy who runs this game. Because of where his draft stock was before last year to kind of where it fell to, like where there was times where you were wondering, is he going to be draftable? Because the bad habits that you create when you're trying to do all the things that you had to go through, like you just kind of laid out there. So with a slight quarterback class, when nobody really knows who the number 2 behind Fernando Mendoza is it Ty Simpson? Trinidad Chambliss could maybe be, but he wants to go play in college.
I know. Well, you look at like Ty Simpson's not here at this game.
Yeah.
So that does tell you that somebody has given him some advice about where they think he's going. So that should be all you need to know about where Ty Simpson's going to fall. Maybe not in the draft order because I don't know how many first-rounders are in this class.
Yeah.
But where he's going to go in the quarterback list at least. He's got to be, I would think, the second guy or the third guy, depending on what happens with Trinidad. Who knows? He needs to probably stop fighting that guy. Good fight.
Well, yeah, because Drew Fabianich did save a spot for Trinidad Chambliss, but now the game started, so like
just go play in the NFL.
Yeah, you could go play in the NFL, but he wants to play in college.
It's kind of the dream. It's kind of what you work for.
Kind of the ultimate goal. What about a guy like Carson Beck? Like, did you think he would maybe be here at this game?
I think he's an interesting option. I'm not a pro. I'm not a scout. When I think of the name Carson Beck,
you do have a notebook though. Mouth breather?
Mouth breather. I'm thinking, this is just a guess, and I'm basing this off of absolutely nothing. Round 5.
Okay. Just because of the ebbs and flows, ups and downs, peaks and valleys, whatever you want to say about it.
Well, look, I think this is a draft class where there's a couple of guys at the top, but then I think there might be this gap of like a quarterback drought in this draft. 4th, 5th, 6th round. I don't know where he's going to fall, but I don't think he's not a guy that you're going to take right now to be a starter.
Right.
He's a guy that I think you take and good backup, maybe turns into a starter when he gets his opportunity. Can he make it worth it? Type of guy. I don't know. And I base that off of absolutely nothing. I don't know what the draft stock is. I don't know what scouts are saying. We can certainly ask around though. We're in the right place.
We got our ear to the ground.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely.
We're going to be able to know all the things by the time we get done here. All right, there's multiple LSU players here, and hopefully today the goal is to talk to at least one LSU player. Yesterday we had a couple of quarterbacks. We had Joel Thomas, who's actually going to be the head coach for the American team here of the New Orleans Saints coaching staff there. You didn't see him. Well, you saw his back. You didn't see his face, but he gave some great information.
We flipped the desk today, so all of you, the people that are tuning in and watching on YouTube.
Flynn and Alondra did.
Yeah, you were doing nothing. The talent. We're not going to give anybody the option just to put their butt in the camera.
That's true. If he stopped by today, like he would have to.
He'd have to work for it.
Should we make him stop again? He gave good stuff.
Can we see your face?
Yeah. Maybe we can get Tulsi to stop by as well. We were talking to him yesterday. We'll make him get on camera again today.
Yep.
There's 7 Saints coaches here, so they are well represented. And throughout the show, like we did yesterday, we're going to kind of go through, okay, who do we think? Like Jacoby Lane was the guy from
Jacoby Lane?
What school?
USC.
Yeah, look at this guy. Are you kidding me? Look at this guy.
Don't ask me anybody else.
I'm not.
Jennings Dunker, Iowa.
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
Well, I fed that one to myself.
You did. But you're still 2 for 2. You got it right.
Thank you.
So we'll talk about who the Saints could be looking at, considering they have so many coaches here, boots on the ground in Mobile, actually coaching the game, sitting in meetings with these players. We'll take our first break. More OTB when we come back here live from Mobile, Alabama.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
All right, go to Gordon McKernan injury attorneys at getgordon.com. When you go to getgordon.com, always remember you can have a chat with them right there on the homepage of the website. If you want to see what they're doing in the local community around you in Louisiana, go to social media at getgordon is always going to be the handle. And I'm going to assume they're going to have some new members of the G team coming up here pretty soon. If you want to give them a call, right, a little old school, you're going to pick up the phone, right? Have a conversation.
What? With your mouth?
Yes, with your mouth and not texting someone. You can do that. And that is your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
So at getgordon.com, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. We've seen all the work that Gordon McKernan does in the community all over the state. We see the work with the G team. Can't wait to see that new G team after the transfer portal. But at the heart of everything, they are here to fight for you. If you've been injured, whether it's on the job, whether it's in a car accident, whatever, call them. Let them fight for you. Get what you deserve. GetGordon.com.
An easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.
Hello, I'm Collins Meredith. If you've been injured on the job, you'll likely have a workers' compensation claim, but you may also have a tort claim which opens up significant recovery rights not normally available for a work injury. If this is you, call us or come see us at Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dosequis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dosequis.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
My girl just caught me. You made her catch you? I don't know how I let this happen. But who? The girl next door, you know? I don't know what to do.
Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile. Presented by First American Bank and Trust.
Picture this, we were both caught making love on the bathroom floor. How could I forget that I had given her an extra key? All this time she was standing there, she never took her eyes off me.
Oh, you think the woman access to your villa? Trespass on a weakness, all of your clean on your pillar. You better watch your back before she turn into a killer. Just review the situation that you caught up in. To be a true player, you have to know how to play. If she say a night, convince her say a day. Never admit to a word where she say. And if she claim a you tell her baby, no way.
OTB here live from Mobile, Alabama. Alondra, what was it you were just saying?
I was going to ask Matt, Kevin Coleman Jr. Wait, his mic's on off. Kevin Coleman Jr.
You just don't want to turn my mic on today.
Sorry. Because you put on your headset so aggressively loud.
Wide receiver, Missouri.
Where was he before?
Oh, shoot. Louisville.
Yes!
Let's go. No big deal. Yeah. I got
also
two.
Jackson State, Mississippi State.
Yeah, I know.
My God.
Definitely remember.
Yeah, he's been everywhere.
Don't unpack the suitcase. All right.
Well, he's here now. He's there in Mobile.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Look at you.
Kevin Coleman.
Yeah.
Well, KC.
Where'd Keon Coleman go to college?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, you know this. He's from Opelousas, Louisiana.
Yeah, I do know this.
He started college at?
I do know this. We'll tease it for next segment.
You definitely won't Google that.
Do you think the owner of the Bills knows?
Yeah. Michigan State and then Florida State.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
For Keon.
I wouldn't have got there.
Yeah. No? Okay, at least you're honest.
I don't read the back of the sports cards. I just look at the pictures.
And that's how you know where somebody went to college. I can appreciate it.
What are you talking about?
I can appreciate that.
Did you just... Nothing.
No, instead of like knowing where they played.
Ah, got you.
Like,
I thought you were saying that's where you know where I went to college.
Oh, no, I know where you went to college.
Okay.
Oh, Louisiana State University. It's the only place that you went. You didn't go 4 places. Anywho. The rosters are a little bit different than maybe we thought, and we still got to get confirmation. And so when Drew sits down with us like in 5 minutes, because there was initially 5 LSU players, now the list is down to 3. He did say that they had to change a couple of flights.
Yeah, I think 150.
Yeah,
which is a real pain in the rear, and I'm sure it costs a little bit of money to do that.
Yeah, and he mentioned that, but it's not just players. There's a lot of people trying to cover this game that have always been this game. I know, like our guy Chris Doring, like he was on flights all day yesterday that just kept getting canceled and canceled and canceled. He was trying to go through Charlotte, from Gainesville to Charlotte, Charlotte to Mobile. We did have Andy Staples stop by before the show. We were chatting it up, who also lives in Gainesville, and he's like, "Yeah, I never fly. I always drive to this game because by the time you go from here to there to back here,
you probably have to go from Gainesville to Atlanta, then Atlanta to Pensacola, rent a car, and then drive.
You can get into Mobile too if you wanted to. I mean, the airport's about the same as Pensacola.
I think everybody I've talked to though said they flew into Pensacola.
A lot of people have, but also Neuheisel flew into Mobile last night.
Oh, look at him.
Basically, Andy was saying Doring's bougie, and he should have just got in a car and made the 5.5-hour drive.
Yeah, no doubt. That's an obvious move, though. Yeah. I mean, anything 5.5 hours.
I mean, it's like for our listeners to go down to 30A.
Okay, yeah. So maybe if you're going somewhere, if the airport's close to you and it's a direct flight, but if you got to connect, you ain't getting anywhere under 5 hours.
No, that's why we would never fly to this event because it's a 3-hour drive, but we would have to go from Baton Rouge to Atlanta to Mobile or Baton Rouge to Dallas to.
You got to calculate everything. You got to calculate the drive time to the airport. You got to calculate the time you got to be there before. You can't just say, "Well, it took off at 5 o'clock and I got there 3.5 hours later." Nope. Sorry. When did you leave your house?
And that's why the New Orleans Saints are so well represented here at the Senior Bowl, because they are drivable. They're the closest team, and I know this game has talked about moving for a couple of different years, but for the Saints, it is very convenient, and that's why they have 7 coaches going to be coaching for the American team. We talked about receiver yesterday for the Saints. What other positions do we think maybe – I mean, this is a deep edge rusher class.
We know it's an edge rusher class. So I think that is when we go out to practice today, the thing that I'm most excited to watch is one-on-one routes. So receivers versus DBs, and then the quarterback throwing, of course, and then one-on-one pass protection. Yeah. I cannot wait to see these offensive line go against the defensive line. So that's where people – I think those one-on-one reps is at a position like rusher or – offensive tackle, I think that's where you can move up some rounds. Just because, all right, this guy looks the part. I've seen him play. I've seen him do it on film, but you don't really know the competition. Well, you got the best on the best here at the Senior Bowl. So if you dominate and you come out looking like an alpha, like, you're going to turn some heads. And when you have GMs and scouts sitting there on draft day looking at that best available, looking at all the big boards and everything, those one-on-one reps stick out to you, certainly. It's not like how you played in the game. It's not like, well, he graded out at 83 at the Senior Bowl game. No, it's like, was that guy a dog?
Yeah.
Did he whip somebody's tail one-on-one? So I can't wait to watch that. So, certainly edge rusher for the Saints would be – I mean, we've talked about it ad nauseum. Like, besides quarterback, there's really not a position that you couldn't use a little bit more depth.
Yeah.
But certainly edge rusher would make a huge difference. Another – lockdown corner would be fantastic.
Yeah.
But
certainly
offensive
with
line,
not knowing what's going to happen as far as free agency with some guys. And
Jennings, Dunker.
Where Alontae Taylor falls. As far as edge rushers, a couple of names that I think a lot of people will know. T.J. Parker from Clemson, somebody that's talked about a lot. Logan Fanu from Utah. Denied Dennis Sutton from Penn State is somebody that had a lot of fanfare coming into the season. Romello Height from Texas Tech is also another player that had a really good year and kind of put his name in front of a lot of college football fans. So those are some edge rushers to pay attention to. I'm going to give you I say a small school, but he's just a group of 6 guy. At DB, you mentioned corner, Chris Johnson from San Diego State.
Okay.
That's somebody to kind of pay attention to. I think he is a really good player, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he competes.
That's a sicko pull a little bit.
Thank you. Looking forward to seeing how he competes here at the Panini Senior Bowl. So if you're watching practice, look out for Chris Johnson from San Diego State. All right, we are going to step away because Drew Fabianich, the executive director of the Panini Senior Bowl, is going to join us when we come back right here, live from Mobile, Alabama, brought to you by First American Bank and Trust.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
All right. Look, I know the weather's a little cold out here. All right. I know it's cold. But inside, when you turn your heater on, it's going to be warm. And what do you put into a warm hand? An ice cold Dos Equis.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe 2. I don't know, depending on how frisky you want to get. So it is always, even in the cold weather, a great time to go for Dos. So it doesn't matter if it's a ball game, practice, like whatever, like you got your feet up and you're watching it, enjoying it. Do it with Dos Equis. Go for Dos.
That's right. Go for Dos. The most delicious beer. We had a couple of Dos Equis yesterday, enjoying a little dinner last night in the cold weather. I had a couple of Dos Equis. So if you're going to do it, make sure you do it responsibly. Maybe with the cold weather, maybe it's time for try the Amber Especial. Delicious. But they, as always, the delicious ice-cold Mexican lager with a delicious fresh sliced lime. Make sure if you are going to have a party, if you're going to do it, drink the best. That's Dos Equis. Drink responsibly. Dos Equis.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Who bears the standard? Who sets the bar? It's not those satisfied by low-hanging fruit or by taking it easy. No, the standard is set by the best of us, by those who work hard. Dig deeper. Give more. At Sunshine, we're proud to provide John Deere products that work hard for you, the standard bearers. Find the dealer nearest you at sunequip.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana Propane. And when you need hot water, Propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock.
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, presented by First American Bank and Trust.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB here live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl, Mobile, Alabama. Of course, our trip brought to you by First American Bank and Trust. And oh, look at Drew. Drew hit the button with his cord. Oh, Drew, that was Drew.
That was a good one.
I will let y'all know that was not
Can we do that
me.
again?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, there we go.
We got all kind of buttons.
Hey,
Drew
Drew,
hit it with his cord. I mean, you want to talk about fitting in with the right crew? Just start playing with the buttons on the board like Flynn and I try to do in remotes.
So wait our heart.
Well, that's Drew Fabianich, the executive director of this Panini Senior Bowl. Drew, how you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing fantastic. Glad to be here. It's chilly outside, but going to warm up a little bit later for practice.
Yeah, I heard it's going to be like around 48 to 50 right in there.
Which
in the wind, yeah.
Wow, that's
in the low 20s.
Heat wave, like 20 this morning.
But as long as it's not raining.
As long as it's not raining, and the wind won't be blowing like it was yesterday. You know,
I was kind of hoping it was, so I could just go heckle the quarterbacks, though.
Oh, gosh. You just wanted to be a run-in practice.
You would be heckling them, yeah, because like Matt will tell you, you better make sure to tip down on that one.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about it in the first segment, like how do you throw the football in the wind here?
Tip down.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. Kind of speaking of that, so what a week this is. This is a year's worth of preparation, all wrapped into 1 week, and so you're kind of like the man of the how much sleep you getting in right now?
Actually not. It's not that bad.
Okay.
I mean, I've got a great staff, and that's part of the thing that people don't really realize. We've got 8 full-time people. I'm 9 including me, which handle most of the operations piece of it, and then we've got myself. My director of ops and plus 2 scouting assistants to handle the football side. Plus we got 10 area scouts, sparkled all over the country, and again, you don't know that. So again, like I came in and checked on the interviews last night, and everything was running smooth, and I was like, I'm out, because I was here from like 5:30, and I was like, hey, it's 9:30, I'm done. And
you switched the schedule up a little bit this year,
yeah,
right? So practice
absolutely.
is going to be a little bit later than it normally was.
Well, that and you'll find out in about 25 minutes, the players are going to start interviewing.
Yeah.
The interviews used to be at night. They were at night last night because there was no practice yesterday.
Right.
So we had some community service things that we did, and which went off really, really well. But what I did is doing that, I had to push back practice. Which asking the network and asking ESPN and the network, the NFL network, it pushed into prime time. So they were like, "Oh, let's go!"
Yeah,
because they're going to make more money on the advertising dollars for the the commercials. You guys know, you're in media now. So that wasn't an issue. The issue was that I didn't want these guys to be tied up like they were because they were interviewing from 7 o'clock, 10:30 every night.
Yeah,
and
now they have the downtime. As soon as we get done with the programming after their meal, which is minimal, like it'll be Merrill Lynch, it'll be the Panini night, and all that. But they'll be done like about 8:30, 8:45. They'll have some downtime.
Yeah.
They'll be able to recover. They'll be able to go to the training room. They'll be able to take care of their bodies a little bit more. And that's what I wanted this to be about. I wanted it to be about the player.
Right.
And, we pushed it back, and it also made it to where the community can actually get there. If somebody works till 5, they can at least get an hour of practice and bring their child. And that's something they couldn't do before.
Right.
Because practice used to end like at 4:30. That's it, But then, the problem, not the problem, the issue I heard from the agent was that, the player was like nonstop from like 6 o'clock all the way to 10:30. And it was hard on them. So I wanted to make it better for them, but it made it better for everybody else, too.
Right.
So I was like, all these guys just walking past going, hey, I got an evening. I can actually go to dinner now. I was like, because normally it's run down to Joe Cane's or Chick-fil-A and, run back over here. But now there's a lot of changes, but I think it benefits everybody. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, you had some logistical challenges this week. That's probably the source of having an extra cocktail or two.
We monitored it so closely, and we were sitting in the office last week, me and Jack, and he goes, he says, supposedly they're getting ice. I said, no, they're getting ice in Dallas. Yeah. And I said, and I live there. And I said, we need to get them out now. And so we started on, can we get the hotel rooms? That was the biggest piece, because we didn't want to bring them in and have nowhere to put them. So we scrambled around, got rooms, did all that. And when it was all said and done, we had about 86% of them in here on Friday. And now we're only missing one player, and we're at a full roster. Over 125 flight changes were made. And, felt sorry for Jack because he was kind of helping the travel agent. I was like, dude, you can't do that job too. I was like, but he was doing a great job. And, again, the logistics were just awful. But got the coaches here, got the players here, and the weather's getting better and better. Hang around long enough, Matt, it'll maybe be 60 on Saturday.
You never know.
You never know down here. Coming off the water, it changes.
That's right.
How many LSU guys ended up? Because I know 5 initially. I think 3, correct?
I think 3, yeah. I think
in the final roster it was
2 receivers, right?
Yes.
And
Anderson, Brown, then you had Nuss.
Yeah, and Nuss. Because we lost the other ones because of injury.
Yeah.
And
A.J. Halsey and Jack Pyburn.
Yes. And trust me, if you knew Jack Pyburn, and the way he is, that he wanted to be here.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I can't.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not going to push anybody, especially if they have some kind of medical issue.
Right.
Because if they come down here, you can get embarrassed down here.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not.
You get exposed fully healthy down here. So
yeah.
Certainly.
Well, I was going to say, you've seen the guys that, may have been small college guys or may have been that fringe guy that did get embarrassed down here. But there's also those guys that elevate themselves through the roof.
Sure.
And I think there's going to be some of those guys that elevate themselves through the roof down here.
Give me a small college guy, maybe somebody that's under the radar, because we were actually just talking about it right before you came on. Somebody that you're looking forward to seeing against, Power 4 guys each and every day at practice.
Probably Ted Hurst, the receiver from Georgia State.
Yeah.
I think he'll surprise. The Demings kid from Stephen F. Austin. Him and Malik Muhammad are a lot alike.
Yeah.
Just different resources, different schools.
Right.
He's going to show that he belongs. The Montgomery kid we picked up, from the American Bowl. God, what a strange story, but a great story. Division I basketball commit. Yeah. Showed out down there, and everybody told me, listen, hey, you need to take a peek at this kid. Because we didn't look at him. Ain't gonna lie.
Right.
Didn't look at him until he was down there. Then I had access to the tape, and I was like, yeah, this guy belongs,
Yeah.
And I was like, again, he didn't play because his mom, was ill. He didn't take the basketball scholarship, ends up going to John Carroll, Division III school, blows it up. And we'll see. I think he'll show he belongs, and I think people will be really surprised. I really do. Trying to think of any other ones.
I went with Johnson from San Diego State.
Yeah, I don't consider him kind of a sleeper because he's actually got some really good tape, and all the personnel people know him.
Yeah.
You know, the Stephen F. kid, I mean, it's like, I don't know how he stayed at Stephen F.
Yeah.
I mean, because if I would have been a general manager, I'd have been, yeah, you're not staying there. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
Let's go.
Drew, kind of a loaded question here, but
come on, man.
Yeah, let's go.
Damn.
I mean, it's already 7:40, Drew.
Yeah. You had your coffee already.
So I know
Drew.
that like all the stages that these kids have to be on. Like we talked about it yesterday. Like everything that they do from here till next September is about making a football team. And
Absolutely.
everything they do is a make or break situation, from how they talk to in these interviews, how do they act in the meeting rooms, how they perform in individuals and one-on-ones, team drills. Everything that they do is about not getting cut or not getting. So Joel Thomas yesterday, one of the coaches here, coach for the New Orleans Saints, kind of said in these interview processes, of course, we're looking for that one thing that they say that makes them stick out in a good way, but we're also looking for the one thing that might make us take somebody else. So of all the things that they do, is there anything that sticks out to you that might make somebody slide or elevate themselves more?
You know, I think that, again, this is the NFL wants this to be part of the process, and it is. The draft does start, and will be the last time they put on the pads, right, against the best of the best. That's what they want. They want to see you compete against the best of the best. Bottom line. And like you said, if you don't fulfill the pieces of the process, whether it's the interviews, like you said, being with the coaches, being on time, being accountable, being mature, showing you're a professional, you know, if you don't do that, then the check marks go away.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they want the check marks. They want the Senior Bowl. They want you to go through the interviews, practice, play. Bam, bam, bam. Right? They want you to go to the combine. Bam, bam, bam. Right? Pro day. Bam, bam, bam. When you don't do the process the way the league expects you to, it's going to throw red flags up, and it's also going to say, and here's the biggest thing to me, how do you prove that you love the game? Right? Because you guys know you've been in the locker room. You've been in an NFL organization and in that building. If you don't love the game will, I mean, the building and the players will eat your ass alive.
Yeah. No
right?
doubt.
So, again, if you can show that you love to play, at least you got a chance.
Yeah.
You know, and that's because people, and I always, the quote, it wasn't a magic, you know, answer question or whatever, but I'd ask coaches, does he love to play? Oh, yeah. And I'd say, can you give me an example?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? If it took 2 minutes to figure out an example, you know, that was not real, you know.
Yeah.
But a coach is never going to say, you know, he kind of likes
Yeah.
it, you know, but they're not going to say that. Now, a guy did tell me that a long time ago in scouting. He told me this guy's in it for the money and everything else, and guess what? He busted.
Yeah.
You know, which was nice because I had a contact. I mean, we went way back, but normally they don't tell you.
Yeah.
They don't. So to answer your question, the biggest piece is how can I show that I love to play and be a professional?
Right.
Bottom line. That's how simple this is. If you don't go through the process, it hurts you. There were some guys last year that didn't go through the process and did not take it serious, did not do it the right way. And guess what? They kept sliding in the draft because buildings aren't comfortable with guys that every time you go, or here's the other thing. The NFL wants to tell you no.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And guess what? You let them say no, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Then you get cut. Or you don't even make it there.
Yeah. I would say that's probably like the majority of scouts' job is to find reasons not to draft somebody.
Absolutely.
And then if there's somebody that makes it through and he's got no X's near his name, that's when you start getting serious about taking
Absolutely.
it, right?
We used to say the higher you take somebody, the cleaner they have to be.
Right.
You know, and that's bottom line. I mean, and again, I can punch holes in anybody, okay? But can I punch holes in somebody's character if they got really good character? No. I can punch holes in their game.
Right.
Sure.
You know? But here's the other thing. I think a lot of players' character shows up on tape.
Yeah.
And people don't grasp that until you watch enough of a player. Not highlights. I'm talking about game tape.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you'll see a guy take a play off here and there, or you'll see a hair on fire guy. You know, you'll see that's the first guy in, last guy out. You know, you can just see it on tape. I mean, you can. So, just like 18.
Yeah, exactly.
If you get an 18, guess what?
Yeah,
you've already proved it.
Well, yeah, that's perfect for our last question.
Good luck punching holes in our game.
That's right. All right, we got about 90 seconds left, Drew. The last guy to wear number 18 at LSU, Garrett Nusmeier.
Correct.
It was like a giant week for him. The junior tape's incredible, over 4,000 yards in the SEC. The senior tape, played through injury, system didn't work out, did not have the year by any means that he was hoping to have. Does he have the most to gain maybe here at this year's game?
I would say yes. And just because, again, here, and I'm going to throw the media under the bus on this one too. Wasn't he like the second-rated quarterback in the draft? Wasn't he like mocking like at pick 6, 7, 8, whatever?
Certainly first round.
Okay, now all of a sudden, he's roadkill. And like you said, I can't unsee what I saw. Like you said, 4,000 yards, 24 touchdowns. I mean, there was no way I was not going to invite Garrett to this game.
Right.
Because they didn't protect well. He was hurt. The receivers, the half of them didn't produce like they were supposed to.
Right.
Couldn't run the ball. I mean, there's so many things that went against him. Well, when you're evaluating a guy, you go, why? Why are the whys this happen? Well, he's going to come down here, and I'm going to say this flat out. The media will be talking about him at the end of the week going like, he could possibly get back into the first round. No kidding. No kidding. Because the traits are already there. The production was already there. And now it's like, oh, well, he got beat up. Well, they didn't play well.
Yeah.
Was it his fault?
Right.
If you watch enough tape, it's not.
Yeah.
But, again, a lot of people don't watch tape. They just talk.
Yeah.
So, and again, I pride myself on doing that. And put it this way, I invited him in August. Now, I didn't put the official invite out there.
Yeah.
Oh, because I can't.
Right.
But I told him, I said, look, you're coming to Mobile.
Yeah.
And then, midway through the year, people were going like, you still bringing Nusmeier? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure am.
Yep.
Sure am.
I love that.
We're good. Drew, we got to go. You're the man. We appreciate it. We'll be here all week, so looking forward to hanging out, seeing you practice today.
Hey, I'd like guys, enjoy yourselves, and hopefully the weather will get warm enough or we won't be freezing a little bit.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's heat it up.
Pleasure having you guys.
All right, more OTB when we come back here live from the Panini Senior Bowl.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
All right, go to RussellPools.com, the website for Russell Pool Company. Now, we always tell you, if you want your dream pool in your backyard, in your space, they are the go-to. Remember, you can check out a gallery of work on their website, RussellPools.com, and they've been doing it here in that Baton Rouge area for such a long time. They are the standard when it comes to pool design and pool construction in Baton Rouge, and it is a one-stop shop from the beginning, in the middle process during construction, the end, of course, and then afterwards with the maintenance as well. Go to RussellPools.com.
Yeah, Russell Pools, RussellPools.com. The name you think of when you think of the highest quality custom pools in Louisiana. Give them a call if you've been thinking about it, putting it off. Okay, I get it. It's freezing temperatures right now. You might not be thinking about doing a cannonball right this second, but that hot weather's coming, and so start that process today. If you can dream it, they can build it. So go check them out, RussellPools.com.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit LouisianaPropane.com.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.
Hello, I'm Collins Meredith. If you've been injured on the job, you likely have a workers' compensation claim, but you may also have a tort claim, which opens up significant recovery rights not normally available for a work injury. If this is you, call us or come see us at Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates.
South Louisiana, it's turnaround season, and River Parish Contractors is calling in the best of the best. We're hiring pipe fitters, iron workers, boiler makers, combo and structural welders, rig welders, carpenters, crane operators, dirt operators, and more. If you're ready to work, ready to earn, and ready to build something that lasts, call Big Jake at 318-547-1000 or go to rpcontractors.com. River Parish Contractors. Let's get building.
This new year, Hood Dental wants you smiling bigger and healthier than ever. New patients can get a healthy gums cleaning for just $89, plus a free exam and full mouth x-rays, a $376 value. With over 3,000 5-star Google reviews, 5 local locations, and easy online scheduling with same-day care, Hood Dental makes it simple to get started. And for January only, save 15% up to $150 on restorative treatment. Schedule today at hooddentalcare.com.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate.
Hey, Dirty, what? Look at that girl right there. She make me say,
Now, back to Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, presented by First American Bank and Trust.
All right, welcome back in OTB. We are live here from the Panini Senior Bowl. Of course, our coverage brought to you by First American Bank and Trust. How you waving at there, bud?
Nuss Bus.
Say Nuss Bus. How's it going, bud? My back's turned, so I can't see him. I'm giving him the backwards wave.
Kind of a little awkward with the backwards.
Well,
back turn.
Alondra just fixed the cord. The cord was tangled up a little bit during Drew, and I felt like I was like in just a screwdriver type position, like
sure.
just like I couldn't
awkward.
turn. Yeah.
Nobody holds fullback one down.
No.
Like a cord.
Well, yeah, because I was about to fullback one rip it out of this thing. Me, not like
technology.
cord.
Headphone. No work.
I don't see any fullbacks in here, though. Weak. No grit in this room right now.
They must be getting interviewed.
They're still getting
First up.
They're still getting their measurements, actually. They couldn't believe them. So,
speaking of measures, 5'9", 7'8".
Yeah, Diego Pavia yesterday.
The most famous height in America.
It's the only one I saw yesterday. Seriously, it's the only one I saw from any media outlet, and he did just walk by us, and
all of it.
5'9" and 7'8", you said?
7'8", very specific.
Any time that you throw the 7'8" out there,
it's not good, bud.
Just like when I ask you how tall you are, and you always say
6'2"1/4".
Exactly.
Yeah, but so
you want to be 6'3".
Back in our day, they used to measure by the 1/4 inch. Now they're going by the 1/8, which is a little rude, I feel like.
Okay. Well, people tell me, like, I measured 5'11" at the combine. I don't think I'm 5'11". I think I'm 5'10". So I tell people 5'10". I don't give them any 5'10" and a half. I don't.
You don't believe the measuring tape?
Well, I feel like I shrunk after so many ISOs.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might need to go see a chiropractor for that.
Nah. Badge of honor.
Quarterbacks measurements. Taylon Green, 6'6". Yesterday.
How's the air up there, Taylon?
Yeah, seriously. Sawyer Robinson, 6'3" and a half. Luke Altmaier, 6'1" and 2/8. Some would say 1/4. Garrett Nusmeier, 6'1" and 0/8.
That's good for him, though.
Cole Payton, 6'2", 3/8. Diego Pavia, 5'9", 7/8. It's a weird 8. The eight thing is weird. Like, if they went by the 1/4, he'd get rounded up there.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll catch up with one of those quarterbacks here in hour number 2 of OTB.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
Well, there's a lot of youthful spirit here in this room right now. Reminds me of myself 18 years ago being in this very hallway, going into these very meetings. But when I try to do what they do now, it's not the same. Until I went to RejuveMeMedical.com.
There you go.
Location that's going to be near you in Louisiana, no matter where you're listening to us, it doesn't matter, from top to bottom, everywhere in between, there is a location in the state of Louisiana that's going to be convenient for you. We passed through Mississippi on the way here. They got one in Mississippi.
Not a big deal.
As well. Go to RejuveMeMedical.com.
Yeah, go check them out. If you want to feel young again, you want that youthful energy, that drive every single day. Men, we're talking to you, hormone replacement therapy. Go check them out. Louisiana's leader for the last 10 years. They got a location all over Louisiana, so go check them out. Medically approved. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith with Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan & Associates. We take great pride in educating our clients about their rights. Whether you're injured at work or while you drive, call our office at 272-5555. Knowledge is power, and you should know your rights after an injury.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan of Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan & Associates. When insurance companies have been unfair, we've never been afraid to go to trial. Fighting hard to protect your rights, we never settle a case out of convenience. We only settle when it's right for you. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call.
Most roofers just replace your shingles. At Pelican, we diagnose your roof, digging deep down to find the root cause of your roof symptoms. Now cough for me? Good. We don't ignore your roof's issues, we address them. Let's just take care of this right here. Helping your roof to become the best version of itself. Interesting that you would say that. How does that make you feel? So call Pelican Roofing for your free roof checkup today.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dosequis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dosequis.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Tuesday, January 27th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of around 48. In hour two of today's show, we'll be joined by some players on Radio Row out in Mobile. We'll talk a little Charlie Weis Jr., his decision to stay at LSU as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number two of Off the Bench, live from the Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, brought to you by First American Bank and Trust, starts now.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour two of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
in OTB live here from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl. And of course, we are in the Mobile Convention Center. And our trip is brought to you by First American Bank and Trust. FABT.com is the website there. Also, don't forget about our friends over at GoFlow, GoFlowIV.com, GoFlow IV Spa. If you're feeling a little under the weather, which I'm sure, like as soon as this weather hit, you started the old sniffle season back up, go ahead and go see our friends over at GoFlow. Or if you want to stay in front of it, Matthew, you can go ahead and go get an IV to stay preventative.
Yeah, it's called being proactive.
That's what
if you want to be proactive about your health.
Not the acne treatment. We're talking about being proactive about your health.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, you got it. You nailed it. Be proactive. Stay boost that immune system before you get the sniffles. Boost that hydration before you maybe have a couple cocktails. Whatever it is, go check them out. Straight to the veins. IV therapy. GoFlow IV.
All right, some LSU football news, and I feel like we're talking about this all the time because he is a wanted man, but Charlie Weis Jr. did speak to the Philadelphia Eagles about their vacant OC role, and he decided to stay with the LSU Tigers.
Stiff-armed.
Again, this is somebody that NFL teams, college teams are trying to come after, want his services, and he turns down another opportunity so he can stay with the LSU Tigers. And so I would assume, Matthew, this is going to be the last one of these, and like LSU fans can maybe take a deep breath and almost maybe kind of sort of get excited for Charlie Weis Jr. to be the offensive coordinator.
It feels like a lot of these coaches right now get interviewed have a really good PR team around them. Because I feel like we're hearing more about candidates turning down jobs, maybe not turning down, just taking their name out of contention instead of just like their PR team saying, no, he wasn't hired. They're just like, have you ever been through a cycle like this where like, well, he took his name out of that?
No, it's happening all over the place.
Yeah, and they're very upfront with it because I don't know if they're like trying to like whatever the image is, if they don't feel like they have a good shot at it or whatever, but. It just feels like that a lot of guys are taking their name out of contention for a lot of these jobs. I mean, you saw it with Mike McDaniel up at Cleveland and then Buffalo to take the offensive coordinator job.
Well, he wanted to be a Bush League Bolt. I get it.
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. That one.
Coaching high school right around the bay. Yeah. Right across the bay from here.
Yeah. Literally at the foot of this bay is where he's coaching. And that one always felt like he was going to coach his son his senior year no matter what. But I don't know how the interview went.
Yeah, right. The Charlie Weis move, his name is thrown out there certainly with a lot of the NFL ranks, and I guess rightfully so. Their offense has been really good. He's been a successful play caller. But it does always surprise me sometimes, especially this day and age when coordinators in college, offensive coordinators in college, get kind of the interest from the NFL, because the NFL game and the college game is so different, especially from an offensive philosophy standpoint, the operational standpoint of how you run your offense. We've talked about it a lot, of how most successful NFL offenses don't represent or look like most of the successful college offenses. They're more under center. They're more professional, like pro-style offense. They have fullbacks. They have multiple tight end sets. Yeah. They use their mouth to call snap counts when they're in the shotgun. So it is kind of surprising to me that Charlie did get this interest, not from the fact that he's not a great offensive coordinator and play caller, just from the sheer fact that it's surprising that any college coach coordinator does get his name thrown in there with these pro jobs, because the game is so much different.
It is different. It's closer than it's ever been before, but it still is different because there's spread things
maybe
that
from
happen.
Like a skill set. No, I would say it's further apart than it has been before.
Oh, I don't think so. I think when you look at how many teams in the NFL live in 11 personnel compared to what it used to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's less.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of teams running 12 personnel for sure, but I feel like the spread principles have found their way to the NFL more than they ever have, as far as some of the college stuff. It's not maybe the lead stuff, but think about it, okay? Think about if when we were coming out for the NFL and there would have been all these spread principles, that wouldn't have been the case
But you talked
anywhere.
about it last year here at the Senior Bowl. the quarterbacks couldn't take a snap under the center.
Yeah, those are things that you have to do, but you certainly have more. I think 11 spread personnel than you ever have, but it's still not going to be the lead thing.
How many times did Trinidad Chambliss go under center last year?
Probably not
0.
once. Yeah.
Like, to me, the offensive coordinator for an offense that didn't go under center once is not getting an NFL job.
I'm trying to think of
now,
like
that's
the example.
that's looking at a very a very shallow level, I guess.
I'm thinking
from
of like a
1,000-foot
Cliff
view.
Kingsbury was able to go to the NFL, and like it wasn't always successful.
But his immediate jump to the NFL was not successful.
Right.
Now, once he learned and was able to probably adapt a little bit more to what he did, then he became successful, certainly.
Yeah, the under the center stuff, that is different because it's not just receiving, but it's like your drops change, the timing change when you how you read it changes.
Yeah, you would certainly have to have like a one of those kind of quarterback coaches, passing game coordinators with you as well. Now, what can't be taken away is certainly calling plays in a game is a skill set. Like, you got it or you don't. Like, you got to know how to push and pull.
It's kind of like stunting. It's a habit.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
It's kind of like playing running back. Like, you got vision or you don't.
Right,
like, you can teach different things, what to look for. But like at the end of the day, you got to have vision as a running back, and it's the same way with the play caller. And obviously, Charlie Weis has that. He's really good at it. And so like there's that skill set, but making the immediate jump, going from that type of offense in college to offensive coordinator, it's not surprising to me that he would stick around. Stiff arm him.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, though, like even there's a Bears coach turned it down. I'm trying to think of the list. Bears coach turned it down yesterday as well. Like even the interview, I think, with the Philadelphia Eagles. Like,
that's what gets me thinking. Is this just a trend by agents right now?
Yeah.
Like, if they don't think they can actually get the job, we're turning it down. We're turning it down. We're turning it down. Because I've never heard like all of these people turning down
taking their name out of
contention or whatever.
I don't know. But I saw those 3 names. I was trying to think of the other name. I know it was a Bears coach, and it was obviously Charlie Weis Jr. But, again, at the end of the day, for us here on this LSU heavy show, it is a good deal. And Hunt Palmer does have a write-up on LouisianaSports.net that you can check out. But good thing for LSU, your offensive coordinator is in high demand. You pair him with Lane Kiffin. They've had a lot of success since 2022. And now you can move forward, start implementing everything that you want to do because, well, the team – is there. Like, school started. We talked about that yesterday. Even when you miss the deadline, depending on who you know.
It doesn't matter. There's alignment.
You can get into school. So
it's just different.
They're implementing this offense right now. Like, they're currently talking terminology. They're currently let's see. Yep. 8:09. Yep. Yeah. I bet they are.
They're working.
Probably working out in the morning and then whatever meeting time. I don't what the hell are the rules anymore? Nobody knows. But you can start to install some of that. And so, yeah, it is important to know that that is going to be your guy, and that's going to be the voice that leads your offense. So
I remember having to, like, go do on-field training, and, like, you have to carry, like, a water bottle or something and act like that was the football because you couldn't have a football out if you were out there. And we'd go to our 7-on-7s in the summer, and Jimbo would be on the little catwalk up there because he couldn't coach.
Do you remember
just screaming at us from the catwalk?
Do you remember the time that we scrimmaged Southern and 7-on-7 and Jamarcus set it up, and Jimbo, who's not supposed to be out there, got so mad. It was good. It was fine. Like, nothing happened. Like, we're out there. Like, we just wanted to go against somebody else, and Jimbo, I can't even – I'm trying to do a Jimbo without cussing, and it's really hard. God blank Jamarcus.
Yep, I remember that. They said we are not allowed to do that anymore. Hey, look at
Coach, you're not even supposed
we're right
to be...
across the street from a hotel. I think there's somebody doing an Instagram photo shoot in one of the rooms up there.
Oh, they are. Look, they're doing selfie mode too. Oh, look at the pose. Hit the poses.
Actually, is that an Instagram photo shoot or OF?
What? How?
Oh, my God.
Listen,
no, this is embarrassing.
Listen, how in the world did your pea-sized brain that couldn't even finish a question yesterday spot this person on the, let's see, Alondra, what would you say, the 23rd floor?
That's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Y'all can't see it, so y'all are probably like, this is terrible. There was a person up there. You could see the flashes of the camera, and
it was a female.
Boom. Every pose, like sharp pose.
I don't know what was happening.
How did you see that?
There was a lot of skin showing. I just don't. That's all I know.
Oh my gosh!
Holy cow! Wow, embarrassing.
Well, you're done for the rest of the day. You used all your brain power.
So are you saying you're shocked that as you were talking to me, I saw something?
That's true. I don't even know what we were talking about now. Oh, yeah, we were talking about scrimmage and Jimbo.
Yes.
The guy's not supposed to be out there, and he's out there yelling curse words from the balcony. The first time I ever remember doing 7-on-7 in the stadium, which, again, rules have changed so much. You couldn't have a coach out there. Think about how dumb that is, NCAA. During the summertime, you're trying to get better as a team. You're trying to have a 7-on-7. You couldn't even have a GA out there. It was literally players leading the thing, and if the player led you astray, like you were screwed kind of. So luckily I had Joe Adai to help me out because some of the my man Alley Cat, JV, and Sharon didn't help me out. Joseph Adai helped me out, tell me what route I had to run. But Jamarcus would make a bad throw, or Marcus Randall, and all of a sudden you'd hear Jimbo's sweet nothing
cheating
go all through Tiger Stadium because it was empty. It's like, I thought, where is he?
He wasn't coaching, though.
Yeah,
he was just watching.
I know he can't hide that big old head of his.
No, he definitely wouldn't make 7-on-7 scripts and put them in our locker and then sit on the catwalk and follow the script and yell at us. He wasn't on the field, though.
Nope.
Smart. That's why they built that catwalk.
But for you, LSU fans, don't worry because they changed the rules, and you now can go out there and you can go through some of your plays. You can have mini practices. All right, we will take a break here. We'll see what Flynn can find out, his investigative reporting on what he just saw up there on the 28th floor. More OTB when we come back here live from the Mobile Convention Center. Of course, our coverage brought to you by First American Bank and Trust.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com is the website, of course, residential commercial pickup. But listen, the sanitation department, right? Something they started a couple of months ago. If you need a portable toilet for your Mardi Gras parade, right? You're on the parade route. I know we've got multiple coming up here. Spanish Town's going to be in about, let's see, a little over 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. And so go ahead, reserve that portable toilet, have it in your yard. You don't want everybody in your house.
No
right?
way.
You got this nice, incredible, flashy red portable toilet they can use. It's going to be clean. It's going to be efficient. So go check it out, trashrangers.com.
That's right, Trash Rangers, trashrangers.com, the most reliable trash and waste pickup service in Louisiana. We all starting to see more and more every single day, those big red dumpsters flying around Baton Rouge. So if you have something, if you got a project, or maybe you just want reliable service, whether it's commercially, residentially, it does not matter. Give them a call. Tell them about your project. Just tell them how much trash you're making, how much waste you're making, what you need picked up, and they can help size something perfectly for you. TrashRangers.com.
Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates has was over the decades, but our greatest success is our clients who have chosen and trusted us to help them. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call. You've got nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan. If you get injured, you could be staring at medical bills, repair costs, and lost income. Life can be turned upside down. At Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we'll work to turn your world right side up. Hire us, and like thousands of our clients, you'll be glad you did.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
At After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs. Set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free confidential help now.
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, presented by First American Bank and Trust.
So turn around and I'll pick up the slack.
That's an abrupt ending here. I don't know if y'all get to appreciate that JT extended. It ends pretty abrupt for us here, but it's okay. We got Flynn on the scene. He's going to spot out anything going on.
Yeah, don't you worry. You got me on the case, people. Not here.
Oh.
Can't get away with nothing.
Good gosh, that was just not expected.
Good morning.
And on the 28th floor.
What are we doing?
The fact that you found it.
You know, hey, lady, those windows work both ways.
Oh, I got to have the Mobile Bay in the background.
Gotta have these.
Okay. Let me remind you, if you're looking for an industrial construction partner you can trust in Baton Rouge, look no further than Pala. Pala specializes in industrial construction and development, bringing experience, precision, and accountability to every project they take on. From planning to execution, they focus on safety, efficiency, and getting the job done right the first time. So whether it's a large-scale industrial build or a complex construction project, Pala has the expertise to deliver. You can learn more at palagroup.com. That is P-A-L-A group.com. That is Pala, building with purpose right here in Baton Rouge. What were you about to say, man?
Nothing, dude.
Oh, man, I did not have that on my bingo card ever in Mobile, Alabama, but sure as hell didn't have it at 8:15 in the morning.
My God. What are we doing around here? Clean it up, Mobile.
What are we doing? I think she thought, like, I'm on the 28th floor. There's no way anybody can see up here.
Sure, no. There's definitely not a local radio station from Baton Rouge.
Regional.
With looking out the window.
Regional radio station.
With a diagnosed squirrel seer on the case. Oh, Lord.
Talking about 7-on-7 against Southern.
Yep. Yeah.
Which Richard Dick Dixon did text in and say, well, there was a kid who had his head split open during the Southern versus LSU 7-on-7, so that's probably why they got mad.
Yeah, no, it was a one-time deal.
Our bad.
They did not let us do that again. Southern came over there. They played pretty hard.
Yeah.
They had something to prove.
Just like everybody here this week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great transition.
All right. Give me the Matt Flynn, how he's going to take in practice. Are we going to have the notebook out? Are we taking notes? Are we going in with a list of players in our head? Mm-hmm. Are we going to move around? Are we going to make sure we're at because 101 receiver DB routes go on at the same time as the
I actually don't know. I don't even know what the setup is going to be. It was my understanding that you just kind of like got to sit in the stands and watch.
I don't have y'all's credentials, so I don't know. I know
we don't either.
That's true. That's fair to say.
I don't know how they let us in here.
Hopefully Molly hooked y'all's up. I know I can go on the field with this one, but hopefully we'll all be able to go on the field.
Yep. If we do have that, I will move around a little bit. I don't want to just be sitting in cold temperatures. So I'll be moving around a little bit. I'll certainly be watching. I'll probably, for the first day, take the notebook just because, I mean, we all know me with names.
Yeah.
People from around the country. I'm not going to be able to see somebody's face and be like, oh, yeah, there's that one. Going to go check him out. So I know. So we have two practices today, so we do have an opportunity right after practice to go on the field and get a couple of sound bites, get a couple of interviews, pull some kids away. So I'll be interested to see how that all works out. That would certainly be my first time in that situation of having to go flag down somebody and ask them a question. So we'll see. I'm just, like I said, I'm excited for I'm excited for the whole practice just to see it in action, to see the best on the best. But I'm going to bring the notebook for the first day. See if I use it.
I'm going to assume that Alondra is going to be the one that does the tracking down of players and gets them to do the interview. I can't see you hey-mistering somebody.
Yeah, I'm not a hey-mister guy. But you are. When you started doing it, it couldn't have been in your comfort zone.
Actually, you want to know my cheat code?
What?
My first time doing it was 2019 LSU.
Oh.
So I got very lucky. Mm-hmm. The first time I had to do it, it was all the guys that I'd known. So, and I had Clemson that year too, so I had to do them. But first up was LSU, so any nerve that I had about doing it, it just all went away because it was my guys.
Yeah.
So I got lucky.
Yeah, that's easy. That's a good icebreaker.
Now my move, so we have the microphone, and I'm like, all right, these kids aren't going to know who the hell I am.
Yeah.
But they're going to recognize the SiriusXM logo.
Mm-hmm.
And so my move is I always turn the microphone to the Sirius logo, and I'm always right here, hey, will you just real quick, SiriusXM? That's my move.
Yeah.
It usually works.
Okay.
So.
Do we have a microphone?
Do we have a microphone? Or do we just have little bitty?
We have the little wireless ones.
All right. I could have done it if it had an ESPN.
Yeah, so I was going to say battery just hold up the. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN?
ESPN. Hey, right here.
Okay, sorry. I thought maybe you'd have a microphone. All right.
I'll hey Mr. people, though.
Yeah, she's
got
care.
You.
Sorry.
She's got you. Okay.
I'll recognize coaches. That'll be I'm not going to recognize the players' faces, right?
No.
We've watched all these.
They have jerseys with names on the back, though.
Yeah. But I will recognize a lot of coaches, certainly. I've recognized a lot of these scouts just walking by. Now, don't ask me their names. I'm a face guy, though. Lock it in.
So how are you going to say hello if you don't know their name?
Hey, what's up, bud?
Ooh, don't buddy them.
What's up, City Slicker?
What? City Slicker? Don't do that either.
Okay.
It might call security over there. What's up, City Slicker? What? Talking about?
Easy money?
Yeah, just go easy money with my dad. Yeah. Hey, what up, easy money?
Uh-huh.
City Slicker. I don't know where you got that from. So we were talking about it yesterday. They did the measurements, and Diego Pavia was 5'9" and whatever. What'd you say? 5'9", 7'8"? Yes.
Sure.
190 pounds. On Vandy's roster, Diego Pavia was listed at 6 foot 200 pounds. And so it had me thinking, I was going to look it up. Matt Flynn, 2008, Green Bay Packer profile.
Okay.
6'2", 225.
There we go.
Actually, that was the combine, but.
They missed the quarter of an inch, but.
Well, this is the official combine, so I don't really know how they missed anything. That's literally the measurement.
That was wrong. They probably weren't doing quarter inches then. Let me ask you this. Well, so the height, obviously that is it's a pretty low height for a quarterback. And I know that it's not every quarterback in the NFL has to be, the 6'4", 6'5" guy. That used to be the thing. If you had the tall guy, if you had the tall quarterback, that's what it did, the pro style. The game's changed a lot, and you don't have to be that.
No.
But certainly that height is something to take in consideration. And I hate to say that because there's plenty of shorter quarterbacks that have been ultra successful in the NFL. But I think even those quarterbacks were like 5'11"-ish, so they got an extra. And what does that make a difference with? It certainly seeing over the offensive lineman, seeing over, and of course you're not going to see over the offense. I used to say that all the time. Like, okay, I'm 6'2" or whatever. That's great and everything, but like the people blocking are like 6'5", 6'6", so I still can't see over them. That's not like seeing over them is not necessarily a thing, but it does make a difference. It makes a huge difference in your vision down like on short passes, certainly. Now down the field, it gets a little bit easier. Drew Brees was a master of moving his head around. You used to see him like up on his toes with his chin up, trying to get taller.
Heavy chin up.
But like the short quarterback, like a master of working the pocket to see between offensive linemen, and that's how you have to do it as a quarterback. You have to find the windows. You have to throw with ultra anticipation. You have to be a master of knowing what the defense is trying to do and present to you and where your guys are going to be, so you can throw with anticipation. You never want to make a blind throw as a quarterback, certainly, but a lot of throws that quarterbacks make is you don't really see every single thing that's happening.
Yeah.
But you have a good understanding of body language that the defender's giving you. You saw they're running a backside dig route receiver. You saw him come out of the break clean. You know he's moving at a good clip. You know exactly. You might not have the clean vision of him, but you have a clean vision of the window you want to throw it at. And you saw the safety, what he's doing. You saw that he's playing cover 2 and he's backed up and he's not a threat. So there's a lot of that. But, I mean, the red flag has been thrown up certainly by the media right now with that height. And I can only say it's something that scouts are going to have to at least throw into the equation when they're assessing
and also,
him.
and this sounds dumb, but there's a difference between 5'11" and some change and 5'9" and some change.
Yeah.
Like, I know it sounds like 2 inches. Yeah, but think about if we're talking about 6'4" and 6'2" or 6'2" and 6 foot. Like, there's a difference.
Yeah.
And, like, you can get away being a, short quarterback, but those are guys that are 5'11".
Yep. For sure.
Not many guys. Like, Kyler Murray's kind of the outlier there.
Yeah, he's 5'10".
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Calamari.
I don't know how calamari. Delicious. I don't know how many eighths though.
Because I don't care. Just give me the.
I know if they didn't go by eighths, that's the thing. He'd be 5'10".
Yeah, the Google search I did to find out what your height was. People also search on Google when associated with Matt Flynn. Your wife, Lacey, Scott Tolzien.
Okay.
Me.
Sure.
And do you want to guess who the fourth one was? So when people Google Matt Flynn, it's your wife, me, Scott Tolzien, and one other human. They come up the most.
I'm going to say either Jamarcus or Aaron Rodgers.
Brett Hundley.
Okay.
Were y'all together in Green Bay?
No, not at all. Not even close.
Former UCLA quarterback.
All right.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because he was in Green Bay.
Yes.
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 Yep.
No correlation.
We're basically tied together.
I didn't know. I was like, you're all boys? I don't know. That's the 4 people. Look, and I'm like right there. Look, boom.
There it is.
Shout out to Scott Tolzien.
Shout out to Brett Hundley.
Well, he's not here. Scott is. We talked to Scott yesterday. He's going to be the quarterback. Oh, no, the coordinator. He's calling plays.
He's calling plays. That's right.
What a benefit.
Oh, we talked about this. Yeah, we talked about the advantage that Nusmeier may have.
Yeah. Hey, Dad.
Yeah. We were talking to him yesterday. He was like, yeah, Dad, I know you're the coordinator. Like, can you prove it and, like, maybe send me the plays?
Can I get the first install maybe?
Yeah, just give me day one install. Like, help your son out here. Can I start learning right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe that'll be a slight advantage of him learning the playbook a little bit more, because his dad, made it.
Right. Obviously, I am rooting very hard for Garrett Nusmeier to do well here down in Mobile. And you heard Drew Fabianich, who joined us in hour number 1. He agreed with us. He thinks he has the most to gain of any player that is here in Mobile this week. There's over 100 players, and he said if Garrett Nusmeier goes out there and does the things that we've seen him do already on a football field, he kind of made it sound like the sky was the limit. Like, there's not going to be a ceiling on how far he can rise up the draft boards.
Yeah. I got a hard time kind of prescribing to what Drew said with he can work himself back up to like people talking about him a first rounder. But he can certainly move up multiple.
What do you think the ceiling is then for Nuss? First 75 picks, first 90?
Like a low second rounder.
I'll say
like a
first 75
ceiling.
picks. That puts you in the middle of the third round.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
As far as it's like, if he goes out and does everything the exact right way, balls out, show that he is the guy that threw for 4,000 yards.
Can he get to where Tyler Shutt got drafted, 40th overall?
I don't think so.
No.
Because like Drew said, you can't unsee the good, but you can't unsee.
Right.
Like, I think there's going to be a little bit of hesitation there, and
the bad's the last taste in your mouth.
Yeah, and I think that there is, with this draft class being so weak at quarterback, I just don't see a lot of guys going high. Like, I see people focusing in on edge rusher, receiver, like, and a lot of other positions, and then a run on quarterbacks mid-rounds.
Yeah.
Mid to late rounds, yeah.
All right, we will take a break here. We still got much more coming your way. We are boots on the ground live here at the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl. And, of course, our coverage is brought to you by First American Bank and Trust.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
And speaking of First American Bank and Trust, you can go to their website. That is FABT.com. They are a banking tradition since 1910. That's right. If you're doing the math at home, that is well over 100 years. And so when you go to the website, you can see, look, they can do everything for you: personal banking, business banking, loans, investments, any like online banking. They're going to have all of those options. So you are going to get everything that any big national bank is going to be able to offer you, but you're going to get that down home Baton Rouge customer service. So any issue, anything you might have, and not even an issue, like if you're trying to get a loan, the decision is made in Baton Rouge. It's not made in New York. It's not made in San Francisco. It's not made somewhere in Chicago. It is made right there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Go to FABT.com.
That's right. Knowing your bank, knowing your banker, getting straight answers, working with people who actually care about your success, and locally. That's exactly what you'll find at First American Bank and Trust. No phone trees, no out-of-state decisions, just honest banking built on trust. So if you want to start your first account, refinance at home, whatever your banking need is, go to First American Bank and Trust, FABT.com.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit LouisianaPropane.com.
South Louisiana, it's turnaround season, and River Parish Contractors is calling in the best of the best. We're hiring pipe fitters, iron workers, boiler makers, combo and structural welders, rig welders, carpenters, crane operators, dirt operators, and more. If you're ready to work, ready to earn, and ready to build something that lasts, call Big Jake at 318-547-1000 or go to rpcontractors.com. River Parish Contractors. Let's get building.
I'm lawyer Collins Locke Meredith. Among the most important factors to consider when you're hiring an injury attorney is trust. You trust your attorney will put your interest first, treat you with respect, fairness, and honesty. You trust them to be there for you when you need them. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, thousands of clients have trusted us to represent them, and for good reasons. Please visit us at LockeMeredith.com to learn more, and whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.
This new year, Hood Dental wants you smiling bigger and healthier than ever. New patients can get a healthy gums cleaning for just $89. plus a free exam and full mouth x-rays, a $376 value. With over 3,000 5-star Google reviews, 5 local locations, and easy online scheduling with same-day care, Hood Dental makes it simple to get started. And for January only, save 15% up to $150 on restorative treatment. Schedule today at hooddentalcare.com.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine.
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, presented by First American Bank and Trust.
Belts and Patty Melts and Monte Carlos and El Dorado. So I'm waking up out of my slumber, feeling like waking up out of my follow. It's showtime and it's follow. My name's the Kiki Shepherd. Follow about the Q and the leopard. Red bottom to the leopard. Pendergrass, cooler than Freddie Jackson.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB live here from Mobile, Alabama. Of course, again, our trip brought to you by First American Bank and Trust. I want to remind you about our friends over at Ochsner as well, because if you're looking for a fresh start this spring, Ochsner Eat Fit is bringing back alcohol-free for 40. A simple 40-day reset designed to help you sleep better, boost your energy, and feel your best. This isn't about giving anything up forever. It's about seeing how your body responds when you take a break and let it recharge. When you sign up, you'll get access to pre- and post-challenge metrics like body comps and blood pressure, so you can actually see the changes over 40 days. Participants often report better sleep, clear skin, more focus, and a brighter mood, sometimes in just the first couple of weeks. Registration is now open. Learn more and sign up at alcoholfreefor40.com and hit reset with Ochsner Eat Fit.
Hey, I got a little trivia for you.
Ooh, I like this.
All right. Of all the teams, all the colleges represented here at the Senior Bowl, which school has the most players?
Who has the most players this year?
Who has the most players? Which school has the most players at the Senior Bowl?
All right. Iowa.
Iowa has 5.
Yeah, it feels like a lot.
Yep. They do not have the most.
Oh, wow. There's more than 5.
There's actually 4 teams with 5 representatives from their university: Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Penn State, and Iowa.
Okay. So there's one that has more?
Yep. There is one college that has 6 representatives here.
Oh, man. Give me the conference.
SEC.
Oh, it just means more.
Just means more.
Alabama.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yep.
I got it.
Definitely. Everyone was thinking that.
Arkansas,
Taylor
really?
Green, of course, quarterback. Fernando Carmona, offensive lineman. Cameron Ball, defensive tackle. Xavion Sori, linebacker. Mike Washington Jr., running back. And Julian Neal, corner.
So what you're telling me is Sam Pittman underachieved.
I guess so. Yeah, I was kind of looking at the list just because I was looking at I was trying to find the kid from Iowa's name, and who we definitely thought was Bo, by the way.
Yeah, well,
because
we were taking a guess, and
there's a
like,
Bo Stevens offensive lineman, and there's a Jennings Dunker offensive lineman.
I think we can all agree, though, now that we have kind of done a little bit more research and due diligence, Jennings Dunker makes actually more sense.
Yep.
Like seeing.
Yep.
Seeing him out.
So he's the top of the list right now of players to watch in the draft. Maybe first overall pick.
Yeah.
Jennings Dunker, offensive lineman. But I was looking at him, and I was like, man, Iowa's got a lot of people here. So I started looking at that, and I was like, good Lord, Arkansas, one of the worst teams in the SEC. You got 6?
Man, again, Sam Pittman, I like you. You're good. I'd love to sit down and
the other 16 starters must have been poo.
Shoot the bull, but
yeah, good offensive line coach.
Yeah,
really good. Yeah, but they got some talent certainly. Hopefully we get to catch up with Taylor Green as well, who came in measurement 6'6" yesterday.
I was going to say, like, he certainly looks the part.
Yeah, he does.
Jennings Dunker right now, you want to know where he's on ESPN.com?
The big board?
Yeah, like where he's at.
1.
For you, he is the 6th rated offensive tackle.
Okay.
And 51st prospect overall.
All right, so we're top. We're
second rounder.
Second rounder.
He's a second round guy.
Absolutely. Day
He's
1
gonna
starter.
Work his way to a day 1 guy here.
I want to see him get in a fight this week. No one's going to pick that fight with him.
Judging by the way that he looks, I think you'll see that.
I don't think anybody's going to accept that challenge.
No.
A unit. Beautiful red mullet.
I do. Again, I do wonder like where the Saints are going to look. And we talked about corner, we talked about edge rusher, we talked about receiver. I mean, the offensive line, you finally got it figured out at tackles. But offensive guard, I mean, how much have we talked about, like, Cesar Ruiz and, like, where he's at? So offensive line certainly could be a place. Offensive guard, I would say. And then you got, like, the center position's odd because, like, Aaron McCoy likes a dude when he's in there, but he's just not in there very often.
Right.
So, like, how much do you have to start thinking about trying to find a center where you can count on, or at least a young guy that when, inevitably, McCoy goes down.
I mean, is this a classic when you need so many different positions when you want to get – is this a classic case of truly best available player? I mean, maybe X out a couple of positions. Certainly you're not taking quarterbacks. You know, maybe you say, all right, I'm not doing running back in the 1st or 2nd round. And maybe highlight these positions. You X out a couple positions you don't want to take in the top, but like truly best available. Because, yeah, you need offensive line, you need edge, you need corner, you need receiver, you need all the things, right? I don't think there's any position outside of quarterback that you're like, man, we need top talent at that spot, or at least one more at that spot. So and you hear it a lot. You hear GMs that are truly best available guys. You hear people that draft on need. Well, when your needs are so much, it's like, well, let's just take the best dude available. And, okay, we're drafting. This is our pick in the 2nd round. If the best available guy is an offensive lineman and you haven't taken an edge rusher yet or you haven't taken a receiver, like, is it truly like, man, this is the best guy? I think he's better at his position than this other guy is at his position.
I think in the 1st round, the Saints have to get an offensive weapon, be it receiver.
Just go all into the Tyler Shuck, right?
I would.
Yeah.
I love Jeremiah Love, no pun intended, from Notre Dame, and we've had this conversation before. And Nick Underhill is going to join us at 9 a.m. coming up. But we've had this conversation before. I don't know that running back is where I would go for the Saints, though.
Not early. Not
that early. Is Jeremiah Love going to be a really good pro? I believe so. I think he even makes sense in the top 10. I think if the Chiefs get him at 9, that feels like a big win for them, adding to what they need. They need somebody that they can count on. If I'm the Saints, though, man, if Jordan Tyson from Arizona State's there, and I know it's where Mel Kiper had him as well, it'd be hard for me to pass up a weapon for Tyler Shuck.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things that you've been looking for it. You've been looking for that quarterback. You got your dude. So build around it. I would go all in, even in free agency, like whatever you can do to go find him weapons in the draft, find him weapons. Make sure you got that. Build around your quarterback offensively. And even if that means your defense, you have to, piecemeal it together and just be a suitable defense. Of course, you don't want a bad defense, but you can always come the next year and try to fix that part of but if you got your quarterback, which is the most important piece, you go find weapons around him. So, I think you're right, but also building around your quarterback is offensive line. So, you got to protect him, then you got to give him weapons as well. So.
Yeah, and Cardinal Tate from Ohio State is kind of the other receiver that is in the same conversation of being a top 10 pick, and so no matter how it goes, and you got to do your due diligence, you got to go through the process, but Cardinal Tate, Jordan Tyson feel like they would be fits for the New Orleans Saints if you do, in fact, add that playmaker for Tyler Shuck, because we talked about it, like Mekhi Lemon at USC, I think is a stud. He's not the mold I don't think you're looking for as far as body type. He's going to be a player, I think, for a long time. He's more of a Zay Flowers type receiver, which, Zay Flowers certainly has his spot in the NFL, But I think you need somebody who's over 6'1", somebody that can high point the football, somebody that in the red area you can go to with confidence. Because, I mean, you've got – who do you have right now that you feel – like
Vele.
You can't count on him being in the game. Jawan, you can't count on him holding the football. So you need somebody for your quarterback that in the red area you're like, hey, it's a one-on-one matchup. I'm putting it in a spot, and I know my guy's going to come down with the football. You don't have that right now.
No, you don't. And you saw that towards the end of the year, Tyler Shuck played like it didn't really matter who was in there because who knew the people that were actually in there getting passes thrown from him. So it was and he played well, and he made the best of it, and the coaches made the best. They formulated great game plans. They executed them. And so with these guys that found their way to a roster spot and a uniform towards the end of the year that were running routes for the Saints and making plays, imagine what we can do with a few more weapons. So I think receiver – certainly in the top 3 rounds has to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. Build around Tyler Shuck. You got a guy, you've been wanting a guy. You said that was the domino that needed to fall the entire time. Well, it fell.
Yeah.
So let's knock some more over.
All right, we will take a break. We got another hour coming your way here very soon. Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football, joins us in
That's
about
confirmed?
50.
He's awake?
I think. Can he come here? Like, he's supposed to be in Mobile. Actually, I don't know if Nick's getting here till like right before practice. My man likes to sleep. I get it.
He's on the 28th floor.
That was New Orleans Football shoot up there?
New Orleans Football shoot.
All right, more OTB when we come back.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
Hey, Matthew, there is a new star of downtown Baton Rouge. You know who that is? That's Bally's of Baton Rouge Casino and Hotel. Why is it a brand new star? Because it's brand new. You might say it got renovated. I don't say renovated. Why? Because when everything gets upgraded, that's not a renovation. That is building something new. That is a new star of downtown Baton Rouge. Brand new hotel. Every room got Beyonce'd, okay? Every single room. The game floor, it got Beyonce'd. It got an upgrade, okay? It is new gaming, new slot machines, new restaurants, new DraftKings Sportsbook, new bars all over it, including one that sits right in front of the DraftKings Sportsbook. I promise you're going to be blown away. Go check out Bally's of Baton Rouge Casino and Hotel.
Yeah, we say all these good things about it. It's not an overstatement either. It is like absolutely legit. Vegas-style gaming casino. Like, it is beautiful and an incredible newly built hotel. Views of the river, views of downtown, views of Tiger Stadium. So if you're thinking about coming to some games, some baseball series, maybe you're planning your football trips next week, make sure you're staying there, right there, Bally's of Baton Rouge.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Who bears the standard? Who sets the bar? It's not those satisfied by low-hanging fruit or by taking it easy. Now the standard is set by the best of us, by those who work hard. Dig deeper. Give more. At Sunshine, we're proud to provide John Deere products that work hard for you, the standard bearers. Find the dealer nearest you at sunequip.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dosequis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dosequis.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google, based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call, 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know this, and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana propane dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
South Louisiana, it's turnaround season, and River Parish Contractors is calling in the best of the best. We're hiring pipe fitters, iron workers, boiler makers, combo and structural welders, rig welders, carpenters, crane operators, dirt operators, and more. If you're ready to work, ready to earn, and ready to build something that lasts, call Big Jake at 318-547-1000 or go to rpcontractors.com. River Parish Contractors. Let's get building.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play.
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, presented by First American Bank and Trust.
All right, welcome back in. OTB, Panini Senior Bowl, Mobile, First American Bank and Trust, helping us get here all week long. FABT.com, FABT.com. Certainly want to remind you about our friends over at Rouse's. Lucky enough to have Rouse's here in Mobile for our SiriusXM house. That's where we stopped by, got some snacks, picked up. You know, you got king cake, so you get a chance to show some people from the Northeast what a king cake, you know, is, and tell them a story there. Thanks to our friends over at Rouse's.
They're like, do they all taste like Dr. Pepper? No.
Oh, yeah.
They got all the flavors.
That's very true. Yep. If your first experience is a Dr. Pepper king cake, that is probably quite the experience.
Yep, quite the experience for sure.
You go to Rouse's.com, find the location that is near you. Check out the weekly ads right there on the website as well. Certainly, we always say you can go in, you can get your full meal. It's already prepared for you. You can get the sides as well. It's an incredible process over there at Rouse's and Rouse's.com. A lot of chatter in the chat, a lot of going back and forth about maybe what the Saints need in this upcoming draft. I will say, you know, a running back at 8 for the Saints, and I am in the camp of fighting for the running backs. And I do think Jeremiah Love is a really good player. To be selected at 8, you got to be like a Christian McCaffrey player. You got to be somebody that I know he's had his injuries, but come on, I mean, C-Mac, when he's been healthy, he's been as good as anybody. Like, you got to be a complete game changer. And the Saints right now, it's a need. It definitely is a need, but I don't think it's their most pressing need. And so I don't know that Jeremiah Love at 8 makes a lot of sense for the New Orleans Saints.
All right, Jacob Hester's watching the draft. Roger Goodell comes out and says, with the 8th pick, New Orleans Saints select Jeremiah Love. Jacob Hester does what?
I don't think it's a doomsday situation. Like, I'm not like punching the air and like taking immediate to Twitter. That's not what I'm doing. But I'm saying, who's available? Was there an edge rusher available? Was Reuben Bain available?
Okay. So you're keeping your composure.
Yeah, was Cardinal Tate available? Because I don't think it's the worst pick that you could ever, make in the history of the draft by any means. But it's certainly not where I would go. I would not go there. I don't like. Christian McCaffrey are guys, and there's like not many of those guys walking the earth. Like, he's like a mythical creature, right? And so if I don't have that guy that's sitting right in front of me, which again I think Jeremiah Love's good, he's not that, then I would not like the pick. No, but I mean, it wouldn't be the worst, but I certainly wouldn't like it.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, you could do a lot worse, certainly.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not the pick they need to make.
No.
Would you rather see a random defensive lineman taken than Jeremiah Love?
If it's one of the edge rushers I believe in, yeah.
Okay. Linebacker.
No, I think you're okay at linebacker.
Okay.
Linebacker at 8.
Ooh, better be good.
You better be a dog.
I mean, any position. Top 10, you got to be a dog at
for sure.
All
but there's some positions: quarterback, tackle, edge. Yes.
Yep. Somebody made the comment in the chat. Christian McCaffrey.
Look at the clock. Have clock integrity. We'll be back.
Yep.
New Orleans Stuff Football. Our guy Nick Underhill when we come back.
Off the bench.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
I'm lawyer Collins Locke Meredith. Among the most important factors to consider when you're hiring an injury attorney is trust. You trust your attorney will put your interest first, treat you with respect, fairness, and honesty. You trust them to be there for you when you need them. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, thousands of clients have trusted us to represent them, and for good reasons. Please visit us at LockeMeredith.com to learn more, and whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, Propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit LouisianaPropane.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dosequis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dosequis.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Tuesday, January 27th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 48. In hour 3 of today's show, Nick Underhill of New Orleans Without Football joins us at 9 a.m. Then we'll close out day 2 of our coverage in Mobile. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. And watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench live from the Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, brought to you by First American Bank and Trust, starts now.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Raising Cane studio, it's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 3 of OTB, and we are live here from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl. And somebody that I know is going to be here this week. We'll see if he's here already. Maybe he's already on the road. We don't know. Nick Underhill, NewOrleans.football, joins us now. Nicholas, how we doing, sir?
I got a question for you, though. Like, I feel like I know how Flynn's going to be carrying himself out there, but when it's cold out, regular life football career is over, do you wear sleeves outside, or do you go like full outside, short sleeve, make a statement, try to flex on everybody? Like, are you gonna have a coat on? Like, what's it gonna look like?
That's a great question. Yeah, I'll have a coat on. You know, the older I get, I mean, it's a great one because, as you said, like, you know, running back, fullback, we didn't wear sleeves. It didn't matter if it was -5. Like, there's no sleeves involved. But Nick, as I get older, man, I think my blood gets thinner or something. I don't know. So I'll have a coat on. I'm not going to be Tommy Tough Guy out here because it is freezing in Mobile.
Yeah, it's bad, man. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I got like 3 coats in my car. Like
yeah, it's all about the layers, bud. It's about the layers
today.
today.
Wool socks. The overnight wool socks delivery from Amazon this morning. Like,
yeah.
I'm ready to go, but I'm not ready to go at all.
Okay, I've got ankle socks on still, so I feel better about myself than the wool socks. You boots on the ground? Are you making your way here to Mobile?
Yeah, I'm about to jump in the car now and drive up there. And I think practice is at 1:30, so yeah, we should be good to go. Saints, I hear, going to kind of have everybody out there. So, you know, this is always big for them. This is where the Shuck hype kind of started last year. This was when we first started hearing his name. And I was looking at our notes, like it was, you know, Jackson Dart was the headline on our thing. It's like, oh, Tyler Shuck's like starting to make some noise. And, you know, it kind of grew from here. So, I mean, that's usually where it grows from. I know you guys have been talking to some of the guys. I mean, all the people on the coaching staff, I think, is a huge benefit too. Just to interact with them in a meeting room, see how they retain information. You know, you can have sources that tell you that stuff, but seeing it with your own eyes is always better. So, yeah, I mean, they usually do a little bit of damage here. Not a lot swirling news-wise. Usually there's a piece or two that you're trying to chase down. I think the Cam Jordan thing is still just kind of in holding. Chris Olave, I was checking on that this week. Not a lot of progress on that yet. So, you know, I think it's just really about the scouting right now for them.
Look, there's no doubt that it is an advantage for the New Orleans Saints. I mean, they have 7 coaches on the American staff, and we caught up with Joel Thomas yesterday. We were able to see Scott Tolzien after we got off air, and obviously, you know, we sat there and talked with him for a while, just kind of like how he's going to view this week. But, you know, being the closest team to Mobile, and they selected, 5 guys that were in this game a year ago, like, that is a big advantage. And the Saints go full in. Like, Mickey Loomis just walked by us a couple of minutes ago. Like, everybody for the Saints, it's drivable, so it makes sense, but they're going to be here, and I do think that is a big advantage for the Saints to be able to have, you know, you mentioned it, eyes in the meeting room, ears in the meeting room, to be able to see how they interact. I mean, it's almost like they get another version of combine interviews just being in these meeting rooms.
Yeah, I mean, it really is massive, and that's half the job of the scouts is, you know, you're talking to people on campus or whatever, but, like, what if you get someone that's biased or, you know, they aren't portraying the information the right way? And I think that's usually the stuff that ends up deciding, like, who's good and who's not. It's just those little pieces that you can't see because everybody has the same film. So it's just really all about, you know, just figuring out how they process information, how competitive they are, how they communicate. You know, when the Saints go out to these pro days, they'll bring everybody together, even guys that you know, aren't on their board to be drafted. They're trying to get as many teammates together at a dinner just to watch how they talk to each other and interact there. So just seeing it in a locker room setting, it has to be hugely advantageous. I don't know why teams aren't fighting to get their people on these staffs every year. Like, one team getting 7 guys on a team feels like a cheat code, but if you're the Saints, like, you're definitely going to take it. I know they had Joel Thomas out there last year. I think he was actually still a Giants coach at the time, and then switched over right after to the Saints to be their running backs coach. So he's been on there a couple of times. He's a veteran of the game, but yeah, just a massive advantage, I think. And I'm curious to just see how they utilize it and what they're saying about it behind the scenes. That's going to be one of the big stories of the week, obviously. But yeah, man, like they're going to have everyone up here. They're going to have the staff. Last year, the staff wasn't in place, so it was kind of like a little bit of a Spartan crew. And they ended up having one of their better drafts in a while. So having a full cycle with this staff too, with Mickey Loomis, with Jeff Ireland, with Kellen Moore, Brandon Staley, all the coaches communicating what they want. I think that process can even strengthen more. And it felt like they had something working last year. I feel like they kind of got back on top of it and refined what they were doing. So, having another successful one, it's huge for every team. But I think just where they're at right now, to not blow this little bit of a window, I think this is, I don't know. I mean, you could rack them however you want, but I think there's a case that this is probably one of the most important, if not the most important offseason of Mickey Loomis's tenure. So having these guys there, like, helps him accomplish, whatever he needs to accomplish. But I think, just even legacy-wise, like, just getting this thing back to where it is or where it was, I think is hugely important for him. And then just, keeping everything going. Like, they just can't blow this. Like, now there's expectations, and, those are good, but they can also be bad if you don't meet them.
So basically you said, we got a quarterback now. Don't screw it up, please. Yeah, exactly. So, Nick, hey, let me tell you, I'm very relieved to hear that you are just now getting your car and driving, because if you would have been in Mobile right now and not shown up, you might have gotten a kick to the crotch from the first time I saw you. So I'm glad that you were not here, because I would have been very upset that you didn't come and get live with us at the table. But let me ask you about your process, because this, you've been to these Senior Bowls. What's your process like in covering the Saints? Of course, you're going to look at the draft position. You're going to look at the draft needs. Do you have like a short list of players or position groups that you want to watch to evaluate yourself? Do you like to try to talk to scouts? Like, what's your process in coming into this week?
Yeah, so I kind of do things a little bit opposite of other people, and I figured out, and I probably shouldn't even say this on the radio because I'm gonna give up some secrets here, but. Look, a lot of people are about the bar crawl. I'm about figuring out where everybody goes to get their coffee. And I'm going to stand there during the day, and I figured out the spot where they all go at the combine, where they all go at the Senior Bowl. And, I want to catch them at 8 a.m. during business hours when they're sober and they want to have conversations about football, not at 1 a.m. where they're drunk and having incoherent rants about whatever. Because, I'm there to get the information. And there's a spot in Mobile and there's a spot in Indianapolis, and there's 1,000 reporters at these things. And for years I've been going to the same ones, and there is one guy from Chicago that I run into at these two spots, and he kills it and we kill it. And I'm not telling anyone ever where I'm going. There's people that work for me that aren't going to see me because I'm afraid they'll tell somebody. So, that's just kind of that right there is where I start. And then, you go to practice, you're kind of canvassing scouts. Hey, who are the guys that got buzz, who are the climbers, whatever. I'm trying to put my eyes on people, at specific spots. I'm really, really disappointed that Ruben Bain isn't going to be out here, because I feel like that arm measurement's going to be one of the things that defines the top of the draft. I know there's a Bledsoe measurement out there that's not, probably positive to him, but finding out what that is and then doing that study, figuring out what it's going to be. I just do. I think that's going to be one of the big things that kind of puts everything into focus. But yeah, that's just kind of usually what it is. Like when I was younger, it was I'm trying to do a scouting report on 85 guys. Like I think I've refined the process a little bit better. I've gotten better access to college football film over the years. That kind of helps with doing this, because you can watch them all year long. But mostly it's about gathering information and trying to figure out how to cover the Saints and the draft, but like not just all draft. Like there's a lot of information out at these things, and that's kind of the lifeblood. You guys bring me on here on Tuesday, and if I don't have something to say, like I'm not going to be on here for many Tuesdays. So like you got to get some nuggets and have some stuff to talk about.
All right, Nick. Well, if you're upset that Ruben Bain is not here, of course, edge rusher from from Miami, just played in the national championship game. Does that make us believe you think Saints could potentially go edge rusher at number 8, because we had that debate about maybe a position to eye at number 8 earlier before you hopped on.
Yeah, it's the middle of January. So like what I'm about to say now, like coaches, this is where coaches get involved.
It's
so
the 27th. It's the end of January, so maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. this is where coaches start getting involved. So like these lists and the ideas and the rumors, like everything usually gets kind of flipped on its head right now. And a lot of stuff that you're hearing now isn't the same as what it's going to be in 2 months. And that's just, that's how Shuck goes from being a 4th round afterthought to there's multiple teams like, no, this guy should probably be a 1st rounder, early 2nd. If the draft for today, I think they're taking Mekhi Lemon. I think that's probably where I would place my money. I'd hop on FanDuel and pop it on there, or whoever the sports book is of OTB. I don't know, whatever one. But that would probably be the bet I would make today. I wouldn't put a ton of money on it, but it would be the one where I sprinkle. I think there's a lot of thought process, and they need that other weapon. I wouldn't rule out Bain at all, but I just think all things being equal, I would probably bet on those guys. And I think Lemon is somebody that, is viewed as, a pretty good fit alongside Olave and Jordan Tyson, 5'11" receiver from USC. If you don't know him, kind of plays like Amon-Ra St. Brown, has a little bit of JSN to his game. Not saying he's either one of those guys, just saying when you watch them, those are the people that you kind of think of. Or you could say like Willie Snead with the Lamborghini engine, kind of that type of player, crossing routes, ball in hand, average 6.7 yards per after catch per, 6.7 YPA after catch, right. On the ground. Like he can take the ball, turn a corner, run, make some stuff happen, breaks tackles, really competitive player. I like him quite a bit. And like you can see the blend between there's Olave that could be like your 3-level player, Bailey, kind of your contested catch guy, and then you got your just beaming underneath, killing people on crossing routes and turning them up the field and getting some yards after catch. So that's one guy that I'd be looking at. I do think D-line's a huge priority for them overall. But yeah, if I were a betting guy, I would say weapon. I would say weapon at 8.
That's where we went. It is interesting to hear you say Lemon there. And look, he's a really good player, and he does have like some Zay Flowers type, body type to him. We were going a little bit different. We went Tate and Tyson just because they're your 6'2" receivers plus, and they're a different frame. But you think Vele maybe can take that space up in the Saints receiver room, and they don't have to necessarily go after a bigger receiver at 8?
Yeah, I mean, look, I would, my personal take, I'm telling you what I think, not like what I feel like my personal taste is definitely Tate. Like Tate is the one that I think is the safest one of them all. Jordan Tyson, I think is maybe the most incredible one of all. I'll put it like this. Like I was sending Trip some cut-ups to these guys the other day, and I sent like 3 clips of Tate, like 4 of Tyson, and I made a 7-minute video of Mekhi Lemon because like I feel like you got to watch 7 minutes to like really get it. And it's just like by the end of that, it's like, wow, like he's a really good player. Jordan Tyson, you can send a clip. It's like, yeah, I'm drafting that guy. There's some Odell to him, really, like the way his body movements are, and he can kind of just like hang in the air, and he does like these incredible things. And then Tate just it just feels like he's a great route runner. He's 6'3", I think. He can make contested catches. Like the Penn State game, there's like 3 plays in there where it's like, oh yeah, like that guy's an NFL player. He's running NFL routes and making contested catches. Where yeah, Lemon is just like you kind of got to keep going and kind of gain that appreciation for him. So yeah, usually top 10, I think you go to those guys, Tate and Tyson. You want the explosive playmakers, the people that are, it's just very obvious. Yeah, this is a guy that has tremendous upside and all that stuff. And I feel like Lemon's like a guy that's just going to keep jabbing you and jabbing you and jabbing you and jabbing you. And maybe in a different draft, I don't even know that you're saying, for sure, like, this guy's top 10. In a different draft where there's good tackles, good edge rushers, a couple quarterbacks, like he's probably a little bit of a lower pick, but it's a weird draft as far as top end talent goes. There isn't a lot of prototypical top 5, top 10 guys in this year's draft class. I mean, we're talking about Ruben Bain, who's tiny. I think in a different class where there's a couple people, he's not in that conversation for being the number 1 guy. I feel that same way about the tackles. And obviously Mendoza's the only quarterback in this class that you're probably looking at in the top 15 picks. So, I feel like some of these guys get pushed up a little. He's probably one of them. really, really good player. I think the fit would be excellent. But yeah, if I'm picking one, if I'm playing GM and all three are on the board, or even if two of them are on the board, I'd probably go a different direction first. And I flip-flop on that a little bit because the Jordan Tyson injury stuff is tough. And I'm probably being a hater because I flew out there to see him play the Arizona. I fly all the way out there to do like a little scouting story on him, and he gets hurt in the second quarter. And it's like, damn. So, like, maybe I'm bringing a little bit of that into my evaluation. But, yeah, man, I think all three of those guys are good. But the other two are definitely easier top 10 picks.
Yeah, Nick, this isn't really part of, like, Mickey Loomis's game plan or playbook. But would you mind seeing him trade back in the draft?
No, I wouldn't mind it at all. I mean, I think this is probably one where it would even make sense just because of what we were saying about, like, you know, I think it's kind of flat there after the top. And if like, let's say Tate and Tyson are gone, you're looking for a receiver, Lemon's on the board, you could trade back. I know Chris Paul has the ACL, so like that's a bad comp. But like, there's a bunch of guys that I think could fit in and fill that role. Surratt's one of them. You know, there's other guys that you can get. You can move back and get the other Miami edge rusher, Metsador, who I think if you just put on the tape, like, he looks very similar, you know, production wise to Ruben Bay, and he's 25 and has some knee issues, so like he's going to go lower. But you know, if you're drafting that guy at 27, I mean, I think you feel great about it. And look, this is a team. Yeah, they got the quarterback, but there's a lot of holes across the board. So if you could acquire another pick and you're getting, you know, a guard, an edge, and a wide receiver in the top 50, 55 picks, I mean, I think that's a great way to go about building the team too. So I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I would be open to it. The problem is if it's a draft where there isn't a lot of guys that people have to have, the value for moving back might not be, you know, comparable to other years. But yeah, I would definitely be open to that idea. I don't feel like they're just a player away. I feel like they should be aggressive and be calculated about it. But I would hate to see them operate in that space where they feel like, you know, if we get two guys, like, we can win the division and get in the playoffs. And, you know, just be smart about it. Add some guys. You can do it like the Patriots did. They signed, I think, 3 guys that were 29 or older to big money deals. They all played roles. Carlton Davis, Diggs obviously played a big part, the linebacker. But, like, I wouldn't want to see them do what, like, the Commanders did. And it's like, go make the trade for Marshawn Lattimore because this is the year. Like, no, you aren't in that spot. So I think a quantity approach, like, mixed with some calculated aggressiveness is the right way to go.
All right, there he is, our guy, Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football, who is soon to be joining us in Mobile, Alabama. Nick, safe travels. We appreciate it. We'll be out there at practice, obviously, and sleeves are optional and wool socks are optional as well. Just letting you know.
Yeah, Flynn, hey, I would have pulled up if I was out there, man. Like, your predecessor last year, the Super Bowl was here, and I tried to get him at the house, and he hit me on a text and called me the P word for not driving down to the convention center. Sometimes that kicking the nuts is needed. So.
All right, yeah, sometimes you got to let the people know. Let them know. So we'll see you around, though. Jake said you weren't a morning person, but we'll see if we can get you up this week.
Yeah, I'll come by.
Yeah, maybe. Soft maybe.
He'll be at the coffee shop. You know that.
Yeah. All right, Nick. Safe travels, brother. We'll see you soon.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Alondra, because I did not know which button to hit. All right, that was our guy, Nick Underhill. Nope. Oh, no, you had it. I mean, I think it's...
There you go, Nick.
Oh, for Nick.
Good job.
Okay, yeah. For me not knowing which button. Okay. Sorry. Oh, gosh, they should not have shown us that. All right, we'll take a break. More OTB. When we come back, we'll break down a little bit what Nick said there. Obviously, the Saints do have options as far as which position they go after. Notice Nick did not say running back at all. That kind of tells you a lot there. We will take that break. More OTB when we come back here live from Mobile.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
All right, if your office technology is slowing you down instead of helping you grow, it's time to call our friends over at Gulf Coast Office Products. From copiers and printers to manage IT services and workflow solutions, GCOP helps businesses run smarter and more efficient. They are locally based, quick to respond, and focused on finding the right solution for your business, not a one-size-fits-all approach. Stop fighting your office equipment and start getting results. Visit GCOPnet.com to learn more. That is Gulf Coast Office Products, technology that works for your business.
That's right, Gulf Coast Office Products, proud partner of LSU Athletics, New Orleans Saints, Pelicans. They like to work with the best because they are the best. Award-winning service team as well. So if your business needs reliable printers, smarter document management, or just less technical stress, call Gulf Coast Office Products today. Louisiana-owned, locally staffed, built on service, the best in the business. Keep your office up and running. Visit gcopnet.com to learn more.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.
Hello, I'm Collins Meredith. If you've been injured on the job, you likely have a workers' compensation claim, but you may also have a tort claim, which opens up significant recovery rights not normally available for a work injury. If this is you, call us or come see us at Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refresh.
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door?
Now, back to Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, presented by First American Bank and Trust.
Thank God for Mom and Dad for sticking two together, 'cause we don't know how.
Yo, welcome back in. I see Jake over there. He's coming back, but he just found a buddy. Found a long-lost buddy there, chumming it up. Who's your guy?
The fact that you don't know who that is, like, you really, like, you're in this for, like, the X's and O's part of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, the names and, like, the legends of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Who was it?
I'm not going to tell you.
All right. Well, that's rude.
You played against him multiple times in both college and the NFL.
Okay.
One of the best to ever do it.
Okay.
You want to take a guess?
Friend of the show?
You want to take a guess who that was?
Linebacker?
You want to take a guess?
Linebacker?
Yes.
He had a Niners shirt on.
Yes.
Did he play for the Niners?
Yes.
Patrick Willis?
Yes.
Nailed it.
God.
Friend of the show.
I guess he could have been on before, yeah.
But so I saw him and I was like, it kind of looks like him, but I didn't know he was he doing here?
He's like an ambassador for the 49ers. So he works like in the front office and like a mentor and helps them scout a little bit.
Okay. There you go.
I didn't get offered one of those jobs by the Chargers. Green Bay, talk to you about that?
Oh, yeah. I had to put him on ice. I got this radio show.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing.
Yeah.
We did see around the corner there, we saw Mickey Loomis poke his head in. Wander almost went and bird dogged him.
He would come. Mickey, if he had time, he'd come sit down with us. He would come sit down with us.
Well, he was like lurking over there, and I was like staring at him, and I think he felt me staring at him.
Yeah.
And I tried. Yeah, he left. I was gonna try to be like, but y'all wouldn't wrap it up with Nick. I'm like, bro, come on.
Well,
Nicholas likes to give longer.
Nick wouldn't wrap it up with Nick.
I know. Y'all were like, all right, see you, and then he went on a whole other tangent.
Yeah, sorry.
That's good. That was good. Yeah, I'm sure Mickey will be back around.
You think
he's wearing a vest?
Players,
you think Patrick Willis can still play in the Senior Bowl?
Yeah. In the Senior Bowl, he'd destroy these kids.
It looks like it. Oh.
Yeah, I tell you, they are deep into meetings right now.
Yeah.
And this is direction to player. Is this their X's and O's meeting, or is this personnel like meeting with scouts? I would assume right now before practice that this is an X's and O's type meeting.
I think X's and O's are actually the team meeting rooms.
But they all did kind of walk that direction.
So I don't know how it goes anymore, but I know certainly when I was here, it was hotel rooms and different things that you would kind of go to and have different meetings.
Hey, the
buddy.
Nuss.
Hey,
what's up, buddy?
We're on air. You got any time for us? Let's do it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Should we go to break? What's up, buddy? How are you?
No, let's just
roll it.
Let's
sorry. Clock management.
The clock. Yeah. We'll run the clock. Yeah, it's you right there. What's up, buddy? How we doing, man?
Doing good. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about this direction. Is this X's and O's meeting, or is this like interview meeting?
Yeah, no, I think that's interviews. They had the quarterbacks. It's like downstairs.
Okay, gotcha.
Down there.
All right, good deal.
So yeah, team meetings. I think behind the curtain there, buddy.
Yeah, all the team stuff's over.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so did y'all do X's and O's yesterday, or was this y'all's first shot at it today?
Yeah, no, we did X's and O's yesterday too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we saw you yesterday. You kind of a little bit of an advantage this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, with some of the Saints staff, you're a little bit familiar, just a little bit. So how do you feel with the plays? I know a lot of it's more of like the drill work and the meeting work and the interview process, and there's only so much you can get with a team. I think somebody said, I think Joel Thomas yesterday said like 9 hours of meeting time, so it's not a lot leading up to a game.
Right. Yeah, it's been good. I mean, different things, and obviously, with the hashes being different and the way formations are called and stuff, that's been cool to kind of learn. But, I mean, it hasn't been too hard. Luckily at LSU, they put a lot on me, and so it's not too much of a difference for me in that aspect. So it's been fun getting to learn and do different stuff.
The hashes are great.
I
was about to say, you're going to actually love that.
You're going to love the hashes.
Yeah, no doubt. More room, no doubt.
And you're going to love the football, too. It's like the NFL football is like if God came down and created a football, the NFL ball is it. So you're going to spin it.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I like it a lot.
He was complaining about the wind yesterday for quarterbacks in the wind or whatever. All right, talk us through that. Is that like anything like in your thought process? If you and the other quarterbacks like mentioned, hey, it's going to be a little brisk out there.
Well, did you see that Tom Brady was on? They started talking about.
He tried to do it earlier. Tom did it better.
Man, I don't know. I guess that's why he's the GOAT. You know what I mean?
I hadn't really thought about that.
Yeah, it's like, but no, I mean, you just try and rip it through the wind. Kelly used to always say, "Get on top of the ball." So
get on top of the ball.
All right, get on top of it. That's all.
All right, yeah. So let me ask you, how you feeling? You're coming into the Senior Bowl, a lot to gain. I would think that it's got to be your mindset, right?
Yeah.
Certainly, the senior year didn't go the way you wanted it to, or expected it, or anybody expected it. But we talked with the guy that's running this thing, Drew Fabianich, earlier today, and he was like, you're one of those guys that he was like, yep, this guy's coming. I can't wait to see what he does. He's got a lot to gain from this week. So how do you physically, how do you feel?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, it's been a long process.
Yeah,
trying to get healthy, and we're really able to get some answers. Not actually, probably about a month ago was the first time we kind of really figured out what it was, and finally got it a good plan to try and get healthy. And so, it was a game time decision to see if I could be able to come out here. And once I was able to, hey, I can go. It was full go, and so it's a great opportunity for me. I grew up watching the Senior Bowl, and my dad played in the Senior Bowl 30 years ago or something like that, back in the dinosaur ages
awesome,
or whatever. You know what I mean? So to get that opportunity is really cool.
What do you want to show teams like this week? Like, have you come in with a goal and like, hey, when I leave Mobile, I want them to know this about Garrett Nusmeier?
Yeah. Well, for one, just trying not to come here and prove anything. You know what I mean? Just being myself.
Yeah.
Letting teams get to know who I am and what I'm about. Being able to wear 18 at LSU. I think for one, that was a huge honor for me to be like, hey, that kind of sets the tone.
Yeah.
That's what I am. I'm a team guy. I care about my teammates. And that's my MO. And so I don't want to go out there and be like, all right, I got to prove to them I can make every throw. I think that one, they're going to watch the tape, and two, I'm just out here to one, enjoy this experience, two, but to also prove to teams that I am who I say I am.
Yeah. Is there I know it had been super frustrating, like having some sort of injury, not being able to know exactly what it was. You don't really know how to handle it, treat it, whatever it is. But certainly anything, especially torque, like a spinning athlete, whether it's kicker, a swinger, thrower, you have to be able to create torque spinning. So if you can't do that, then you try to make that up in other ways. You try to create that power, that accuracy with other ways. That's when bad habits form. Do you feel like that anything like that happened during the season from a bad habit? And then kind of what has your process been?
Yeah.
As you've been getting healthier and healthier and healthier to train and get back, get that, kind of get rid of anything that you might have pointed out that might have been holding you back a little bit.
Yeah. Well, obviously, talking to the injury, I couldn't use my core, so I was throwing the ball without
That's
core.
a big deal, I would say.
It's hard.
You don't have to worry
it's tough. It's tough. But, I've been having to just kind of go back from the ground up and train myself and, get back to finishing throws and rotating through the ball, actually using my core now. It's been nice. The ball is definitely coming out a lot different.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Yeah, it's been good. So, but, just basically trying to fix the fundamentals. And
where are you training?
I'm out in L.A. with 3D QB and John Beck.
All right, good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun.
John Beck. That's a name.
John Beck.
I know. Was he our draft class or maybe
No, he's a little bit ahead. I think Croton
Okay.
coached him, I believe, or knew something about him. But
all right. So if he's ahead of us, that made me feel too old.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a couple of your receivers here as well. I'm sure that helps a little bit, being able to kind of know. And we're huge fans of Aaron Anderson. I feel like he understands coverages. He understands when to go faster, when to settle down a little bit. I'm sure that today it's going to be fun to be able to go back out there and throw to him.
Yeah, hopefully. I think they're going to separate us. You know what I mean? It's kind of unfair, you know what I mean?
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to let me, Aaron, and Marion go together. But, no, both those guys are unbelievable players. And Aaron obviously dealt with some injuries and stuff this year too. And so, as you said, his feel for space and, he's got a natural instinct, playing football. And so, obviously we've seen a lot of pretty special plays out of him over the past couple of years at LSU. And also excited for Barryon too, to kind of get a chance to show what he's really about as well. And, he's a dang good player too. And so excited for him as well.
You got all your answers ready to go for these interviews? Because you're going to get asked, hey, what's your answer? What's your favorite play against cover 3?
Yeah.
What's the protection adjustment versus this zone dog or whatever it is? You've been studying?
Yeah. I mean, luckily, thank God I was in the same offense for 4 years. So if I don't know it by now, you know what I mean? I'm gonna struggle the next one. So it's been pretty easy on that aspect.
And this is kind of what I want to ask, all the quarterbacks this question, because the difference between
he hasn't
college
seen
ball.
Varsity Blues. We already asked him.
Okay, we are. You haven't seen it since we talked to him. We ridiculed you about it.
I know.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, a lot lot of stuff happened in the last 6 months. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
A lot of stuff going
to
on.
watch some 90s movies. Yeah. Okay, so like the difference between college and NFL style of play is, I think, pretty drastically different right now. Like you look at some of the best offenses in the NFL. The Rams run at 13 personnel, like that was their major, and they're doing a lot of under center. That is something that you haven't done a lot. Now I know that y'all worked on it a little bit. I remember going to practice and seeing you working on some under the center stuff. But is that something in your training leading up to this that you've been very cognizant about? Like I got to get more comfortable, because it's not just like get up, go take a snap on the center, super easy. Like you have to know how to get away without getting stepped on by guards. Like there's a skill set to that, and doing it rep. Is that something you've been working on?
Yeah. Well, luckily for me, with my dad being a coach, and especially being in the league, you know, when I learned drops, it was from under center.
There you go.
Back in the day, you know, and so it's kind of a second nature to me. You know, obviously I haven't done a lot of it, but you know, we did do a decent amount of it at LSU. Maybe not necessarily in the games, but a lot of it was in the game plan and stuff. So I wouldn't say I'm uncomfortable at it. You know, obviously I definitely got to keep getting more comfortable with it, but I actually enjoy going under center every once in a while.
Keep that left hand connected to the right hand,
no
right?
doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Your dad's got to be a great asset and like resource for you to be able to kind of lean on, and just his coaching experience, and even like the changes in the NFL. Like I'm sure y'all have conversations, and kind of he keeps you up to date with like, hey, now make sure you're doing this because this is kind of a trend in the NFL the quarterbacks are going through.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, one, he's been around the game for so long that he's got different bits and pieces, and he's always talking to me through situational stuff, but also stuff like that. I mean, I like when he's off, and unfortunately the Saints weren't in the playoffs this year, but when that does happen, we get more time together, so it's like a good and a bad. Obviously I want him to be competing still, but being able to sit down with him and watch some of those games in the last month, you know what I mean, and talking through things, watching things, I mean, like you see that, you know what I mean, don't do that, or that type of stuff is time that, I really enjoy with him.
What are you looking forward to the most in practice?
Yeah, man, just getting an opportunity to go out there with the best of the best, and go show what I can do. As I said before, I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just trying to be myself, and hopefully that'll be good enough. So.
My favorite thing about the Senior Bowl was the competitive nature of the practices, because as competitive as you think it's going to be, just go up like 11 notches,
no doubt.
and that's what it's going to be. And I think the best comes out. I think the cream rises to the top in a situation like this. So I'm glad you have that mindset of being yourself, because if you try to do too much, like at my position, if I try to do too much, it would fail. Like I can't imagine for y'all. Like for the quarterback position, you start trying to do too much, that first ball is going to be 3 rows into the stands.
No doubt. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just trying to stay away from it.
Any plans to go to the Super Bowl? I mean, you might have a future brother-in-law playing in the game, trying to protect Drake May.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll be in Cali, so it's not too far, so we'll see. We hadn't talked about it yet, but potentially. So.
That's got to be
did y'all talk after they got through? They got through the AFC Championship game?
Yeah. I mean, we text throughout. I mean, it's like if you read our text chain, it's like, good luck, love you, bro. 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 It's like we're both so busy, and we'll call once a week, but it's just like send text before every game or congrats. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it goes right now.
Oh man, well, Garrett, we know you got a ton you got to go do. We know you got to get to meetings. Appreciate the way you went about your business at LSU, certainly, and it's kind of like Matt's story. We talk about that all the time. Matt stayed the course as well, and obviously had a 5-year run at LSU. So we appreciate you, man. Glad to have you in the 1A club, even though he's not in it. He's jealous about not being in the 1A club. Glad to have you, man, and rooting for you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Dude, he gives me so many low blows all the time. He's being nice because you're here, so he's not going to say anything bad about it. But
just wait till you walk off, nice.
He's going to do it. So we look forward to seeing you out there today, too.
Yeah, good luck, dude.
We're on Tigers.
All right, there he is, Garrett Nusmeier, LSU quarterback, getting ready here for the Senior Bowl. We are very long for a break. We'll take that break now. More OTB when we come back.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org. It is your one-stop shop. Remember, 24/7, 365 emergency service. And that number is 225-500-0774. Now, take that down because that is a brand new number. So 225-500-0774. Now, always remember, it is Central Plumbing, but it's not just in Central. We're talking to the entire greater Baton Rouge area. They can help you out. If you're looking to remodel, if you're looking to change the game at your home, at your business, they can certainly come in and do that. And it doesn't matter how much you need, how little you need. Any remodel, they have got you covered. And also, check out the tankless water heaters. If you want to go tankless and never run out of hot water again, so you're getting home late, you got to shower, you got to do the laundry, you still got to do the dishes, it's okay, because when you go tankless, you never run out of hot water. And again, that new number, 225-500-0774, and always online at centralplumbing.org.
Most roofers just replace your shingles. At Pelican, we diagnose your roof, digging deep down to find the root cause of your roof symptoms. Now cough for me? Good. We don't ignore your roof's issues, we address them. Let's just take care of this right here. Helping your roof to become the best version of itself. Interesting that you would say that. How does that make you feel? So call Pelican Roofing for your free roof checkup today.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith with Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan & Associates. We take great pride in educating our clients about their rights. Whether you're injured at work or while you drive, call our office at 272-5555. Knowledge is power, and you should know your rights after an injury.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan of Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan & Associates. When insurance companies have been unfair, we've never been afraid to go to trial.
Fighting hard to protect your rights, we never settle a case out of convenience. We only settle when it's right for you. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs. Set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free confidential help now.
Make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. That don't kill me, can only make us stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting
Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, presented by First American Bank and Trust.
Let's get lost tonight. You could be my black Kate Moss tonight. Play secretary on the boss tonight. And you don't give a what they all say, right? Awesome, the Christian and Christian.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Panini Senior Bowl. And, of course, our trip brought to you by First American Bank and Trust, FABT.com. If you missed our interview with Garrett Nusmeier, you can go back and listen to that one. Appreciated his time. Appreciate him sitting down with us. Also, check out our friends over at K2Z. It's K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living, K2ZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com. Have Brandon Barton and the team come out to your space. Check out your space, learn your space, change your space in a matter of minutes. They've done it for me. They can do it for you as well. That's inside and outside. And sometimes it's both. Like I always tell you, with our outdoor screen, it shades our living room. It changes our energy bills in the summertime, and they can come out and know your space. And, again, they're going to know it better than you, no matter how long you've lived there, in a matter of minutes. KTOZBlinds.com. Really enjoyed that sit-down with Garrett Nusmeier. You hear him talk about his injury and how it was for him, and having to kind of change his mechanics, unfortunately, just to be able to throw the football there. Yeah. And those are things that when you have the insider information, you knew, you heard, but it wasn't our story. Like his story, to be able to tell and give that information anytime you're dealing with an injury there, and so you could tell just how much it affected his play last year.
Yeah, it certainly did, and we haven't heard from Nuss a lot since. At least towards the last part of the season and through the bowl game and everything, we haven't really heard from him much. So what an opportunity this is to kind of let people know. And I'm hoping the supporting staff around LSU is also getting that messaging out there. Now, we didn't specifically go in there and say, hey, specifically, what was this? But when you have an ab, you can't use your abs throwing. Bad mechanics happen. I wanted to get that. I wanted to make sure, there's opportunity. And I'm sure he's going to tell people that NFL scouts are going to be aware of what exactly it was, what he had to fight through. Just makes you shake your head at some of the decisions made this past year. Why did he play again with the Southeastern? All these different games. What were we doing? So,
and the guy tried to do everything he could for LSU. like, you heard it on air, but it's all fair too. Like, you have a conversation with him. He's like, man, I wanted to do everything. I wanted to win a championship. That guy stayed at LSU when nobody else would have. And I don't care who you are. If you call yourself an LSU fan, you're rooting like hell for Garrett Nusmeier to be successful in the National Football League.
And what a chance this week is for him, man. I hope he's, this is one of those. He said a month ago they were able to diagnose this thing, like, specifically. A month ago.
Look, full disclosure.
Which is crazy.
Like, even at the Texas Bowl, which was at the end of December, like, we were still talking about, like, ways for him to try to figure out what it was.
Right.
So, like, he found out, like, right after the bowl game.
We just knew it was a core or oblique injury. Yeah. But, like, what exactly it was, I mean, what a crazy just fluke of an injury. And at a terrible time for him when he's thought to be preseason, a top first, second round guy, top, 2-3 quarterback in the country, maybe the best. Was he going to go to New York for the Heisman ceremony? All this stuff. Yeah. Just terrible timing. But what a great week for Nusmeier. I'm hoping he's 100% healthy, because if he is, he can go out here and be the best quarterback at the Senior Bowl. Okay, he can go, and I hope he does. I hope he goes and shuts up everybody nationally who has poo-pooed on him, and because of the low production. But there is a reason for everything. And what a great kid! What a great ambassador too, I believe, for Louisiana State University and the football program. Just has done everything the right way, and I hope that we're not alone in saying that every fan for LSU should be cheering their ass off for Garrett Nusmeier.
Yeah, and look, I'm going to tell you this, and this is the honest to God's truth, and Flynn, you've been there for some of them. Like, even when I get mad and I'm talking with him about, like, how bad the scheme was for LSU, that man doesn't want to throw anybody under the bus. Like, he just, he'll listen to us, but, like, a lot of people would be like, oh, dude, it was awful. It's not him. It's just a good kid. And he doesn't want to do that. And, like, he didn't want to tell anybody about the injury. He didn't want to have excuses until finally he's like, yeah, I had an injury that nobody even knew what it was until I saw a specialist that finally some guy helped us out and got us on a path for rehab.
Right.
And it changed his mechanics. So, like, and
he certainly wouldn't have offered that information to us just now unless we asked, like, specifically, right? He wasn't he's not gonna sit here and be like, hey, I just want to tell y'all that I didn't play great this year because I had an ab injury that wasn't diagnosed and we didn't know how to fix it and we had a terrible skin. Like, he's not gonna say that unless you ask him. So.
Again, every LSU fan, and I think 99.9% of you are. Let's root for Garrett Nusmeier this week, a player that I want to see succeed as much as any player that I've ever covered at LSU. All right, we will take our final break. In a little shorter segment, we went long with Nusmeier, but like Alondra said, when you got Nuss, you got to sit down, you got to have that conversation. Right. Even Alondra gave us the okay to be a little off of the clock there. So we'll come back. We'll wrap it up. Again, we are live here at the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl, brought to you by First American Bank and Trust.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
If you're in Louisiana and you listen to us every day and you don't have a whole home generator, you're probably kicking yourself.
What are you doing?
All week long saying, God, I should have listened to OTB. I should have gone to BoudreauxElectrical.com. A lot of people say we're smart. Should have gone to BoudreauxElectrical.com and got that free Generac quote. And because if I did, I'd have more power. I'd have more protection, and you know what I'd have? The ultimate peace of mind, Matthew, because I'd have a whole home generator in my home.
Yeah, you're probably kind of the cock of the walk right now in the neighborhood right now.
People
treating you differently around the neighborhood if y'all lost power, because you're probably maybe the only ones with the lights on. So get that peace of mind for you and your home and your things, and the things that are in the freezer. If you shot the deer this past, you got some duck breasts in the freezer. You don't want to lose that. Make sure it's protected. Give them a call. Go see them, BoudreauxElectrical.com. Their homepage, you got a big red button that says request a free Generac quote. Stop waiting. Get that peace of mind. Get a whole home generator. BoudreauxElectrical.com.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know each case and client are unique, and that no two cases are the same. But one thing remains constant, and that is our passion to help our clients. After an accident, we know your life has changed, which is why we passionately fight to make you and your family whole. Remember, whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. We're here to serve you.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.
This new year, Hood Dental wants you smiling bigger and healthier than ever. New patients can get a healthy gums cleaning for just $89, plus a free exam and full mouth x-rays, a $376 value. With over 3,000 five-star Google reviews, 5 local locations, and easy online scheduling with same-day care, Hood Dental makes it simple to get started. And for January only, save 15% up to $150 on restorative treatment. Schedule today at hooddentalcare.com.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Most roofers just replace your shingles. At Pelican, we diagnose your roof, digging deep down to find the root cause of your roof symptoms. Now cough for me? Good. We don't ignore your roof's issues, we address them. Let's just take care of this right here, helping your roof to become the best version of itself. Interesting that you would say that. How does that make you feel?
Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, presented by First American Bank and Trust.
All right, welcome back in. One final segment here on OTB. I want to remind you, when it comes to protecting your home or business, your roof matters, and that's where Pelican Roofing comes in. So Pelican Roofing is a locally owned company known for quality workmanship, dependable service, and doing the job the right way the first time. So whether you need a full roof replacement, repairs, or a professional inspection, their team brings expertise and attention to detail to every project. They show up on time, communicate clearly, and stand behind their work. And I tell you all the time, you can actually not really tell where they're at in the process because there's a clean project every time. There's not stuff everywhere and just trucks everywhere and shingles everywhere. It's not the way they do. If you see that Pelican flag, you know it's going to be top-tier work and clean work. So if you're thinking about your roof, don't wait. Visit PelicanRoof.com to learn more. That's Pelican Roofing, protecting what matters most. PelicanRoof.com. All right, we are back here. Flynn's typing away. What are you chicken pecking over there? My gosh.
Well, the keyboard.
You're aggressive. Are you okay?
No, that's just making a lot of noise.
You know, if you're getting after somebody in the chat.
No, I'm not getting after. I was just making a response.
All caps?
All caps, always.
Some of these are pretty funny, actually.
They are pretty funny.
Hester, as Diego Pavia apologized for cursing you out as a voter. No, Mr. Big, he has not yet, but I'm going to ask him about it. Like, hey, so I'm a Heisman voter. Actually voted for you. Am I supposed to
Am I cool?
off?
Am I cool?
Yeah.
We're good?
Yeah.
Do you think, how many questions do you think Diego Pavia have an answer about that? Yeah,
a lot.
Certainly the teams aren't going to be bashful about asking that, but like, as a media member, like, doesn't seem like he might curse you out.
How do I say this? There's a lot of journalists out there that love themselves a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. So those people were already out on Diego Pavia. They didn't, before any of the Heisman antics. But even the ones that like defended him and stood up and voted for him, the ones I talked with are pretty upset by like the way he handled that. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of people that want to hear from Diego Pavia. but the teams want to know too, like, hey, why the hell did you do that? Like, what would make you do that in that moment? And he's going to have to answer that question 76 times this week.
Yep. So he probably didn't want to hear it from the Louisiana station.
Number 7 morning show in the country, you mean?
Not a big deal. Probably be number 1 plus if we could get in the votings this year, the rankings.
The plus is like if it's higher number, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you get it.
I get it.
Not a big deal. Hey, been a fun show. I'm glad the Nuss Bus stopped by.
Me too.
So
I enjoyed that.
Great interview. If you didn't get a chance to see it, go back, check us out. Check out that
practice report coming your way tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, baby.
OTB.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
Also, how cold it was going to be at practice will probably be the lead of the show. All right, if it's baseball, softball season for you, like it is for me and my crew, then you should go to Marucci. They got 3 locations in Louisiana, and if you're listening to us in Baton Rouge, go see them off of Segan right there at the Hitter's House. The Hitter's House is incredible. You can go get you a new bat, and if you're not sure which bat, you can test out which bats they have available to see which one fits you the best. And if you have an old Marucci bat, you can trade that in to get a percentage off of your new Marucci bat. One of the great offers they have over there at Marucci Sports. If you need a hat, a glove, a belt, whatever, cleats, apparel, they have got it all. Go check them out off Segan or online always at MarucciSports.com.
Yeah, if you're looking to upgrade your game, upgrade your equipment, whatever, head over to the Hitter's House. And also, if you're in Baton Rouge, you can go check it out, get a little tour of their facility, see where all the wooden bats and Major League Baseball are made right there, MarucciSports.com.
South Louisiana, it's turnaround season, and River Parish Contractors is calling in the best of the best. We're hiring pipe fitters, iron workers, boiler makers, combo and structural welders, rig welders, carpenters, crane operators, dirt operators, and more. If you're ready to work, ready to earn, and ready to build something that lasts, call Big Jake at 318-547-1000 or go to rpcontractors.com. River Parish Contractors. Let's get building.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates has won for our clients over $175 million over the decades, but our greatest success is our clients who have chosen and trusted us to help them. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call. You've got nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan. If you get injured, you could be staring at medical bills, repair costs, and lost income. Life can be turned upside down. At Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we'll work to turn your world right side up. Hire us, and like thousands of our clients, you'll be glad you did.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit Louisiana